Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Give me 1 second while I finish up adding some things onto my stupid stream here, real quick. Okay, there we go. Welcome on in. Okay, there we go. Come on, take now. I have to take things off of my stream. All right, guys. Well, welcome on into Sunday's tarot reading stream from the Unknown Prophet. I am the Unknown Prophet. I do tarot readings from 7 a.m. to again, let me get rid of this real quick because that's just getting in the way, guys. So I do readings from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day, Central Standard Time. I'm a little bit behind today because I had a nice big adventure last night with some ghost hunting people, and I am proud to announce I am now a member of the Minnesota Ghost Hunters. Minnesota Spirit Hunters. Just forget the team I just joined. What the hell? Why are you trying to get off of my screen? Off of my screen. Pop up thingies. Crap, I swear to God. I'm live, so let's do this later. And I haven't even had a puff yet, guys. So I'm getting all set up for tarot readings here. Getting ready to do my, as I promised, today is a special stream, guys. Now, just in case you are wondering, this today is a 420 stream. I will be having some tobacco, some cannabis here, and I can actually say cannabis without worrying about it, guys. So welcome. I'm just getting set up, so you're gonna have to be patient there, buddy, because I'm not ready yet. I'm still working on getting some things ready. So thanks for your patience, guys. I appreciate it. All right, there's that. So just forewarning, before we do anything, guys, we can sure get you a frame. My favorite strain, honestly, is what's it called? Baba. It's called Baba OG. Baba OG is one of my favorite strains, man. And this is kind of a um, celebratory kind of a stream because the governor just signed the dotted line that we are now legal here in Minnesota. So now I can actually sit here and legally smoke my weed without having to worry about any kind of things going on within my life. You know, I can actually finally have the ability to say to myself, now I'm at least doing something that it doesn't matter anymore. Something I've been doing for years and years and years anyway. And people might think I smoke a little bit much. Well, I'm in a lot of fucking pain too. So that's you live with my fresh hell every day. Then you can come talk to me about what you can and cannot don't want me to do. You know. Hey, so Chaz, man, baby. Woohoo, thanks, boss. I appreciate the love. You know, I kind of hope one of my the people I follow comes and stops in today. I told him I was gonna have a 420 stream. His name is Game with Snakes. He's on Twitch. He's an awesome streamer. He has a completely full tilt kitty 420 stream though. He doesn't just do one episode every month because I promised the people I would do it. I couldn't even get set up all the way rightly because last night like I said, it took so much out of me. It was so much fun. It was a lot of work, but at the end, we got some amazing evidence. There was almost a full hour where I was communicating with the spirit, and the devices were going off, and things were happening. Direct answers too, from the spirit box as well. So it wasn't just one piece of equipment going off here. It was multiple different kinds of them coming off. So it was it was the funnest but most grueling thing I've ever done. You know? Oh, as promised, guys, I promised my viewers 1 month ago that if I got enough tips throughout the month that I would have a 420 tarot reading stream and a 420 gaming stream. Today we are going to do the tarot reading 420 stream. So this will be a 420. Now what happens to me when I do readings and I have cannabis? all of my bluntness comes out, all of my animated actions go even more full tilt kitty, and you think I'm good now? My reading skills kind of go up a notch, about 100, from 10 to a 100 basically. So I've got my cute kitty cat running up and down the hallways, waiting for my coffee to get done so that I can have some coffee. Gonna smoke up. Let's just smoke up. Coo, 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 coo. Thank you, Sal Anches. Like today's special episode only, guys. So this is only gonna happen today. If you guys today, I really, really, really want you to help me with those donations today, because I am like $100 away from being 2 months behind on my rent, and I don't want to lose my home. When I went out yesterday, I didn't want to stop by the Applebee's to have something to eat, but I was getting so hungry I had to have something to eat, and I picked the cheapest thing I could pick on the menu that they were having half apps, and I thought I could afford $10 and maybe a beer. So you had to add the $5 beer with the one appetizer. I should have just did one of each, and then that wouldn't have been so bad. But okay, but just want to kind of give you a little warning. That way I've done my due diligence today. May the Lord and Lady bless you. May you be free. Yeah, you better be lucky I didn't, full on baptize your ass. My cat. I threw a couple sprinkles in his way, and he's all like, This is not for the faint of heart. Hey, you drink your coffee how you want to drink it. Hey, buddy, it's okay. We are going to kind of go with the flow a little bit more than we have been lately. Normally, I like to get going and say, it's reading day, it's reading day, it's reading day. But honestly, we might not really get kicked out till 8 o'clock. So, okay, that's good. That's got to be good by now. So, say, Eltis, you take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Remember, I do this from 7 a.m. to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's like you're not going to be doing this for another 2 hours. So it's 7 a.m. here, and I'm up this early. People shuffle on in whenever they want to shuffle on in. But if people can help me with my goal today is to try to earn $100 today, so that I can write my check and put it in the little slot so that I won't go behind by 2 months. So if anybody wants to help me today is definitely the day. I could really use your donations. So if there's anything you guys can do, let me put those up on the screen today, guys. And I'm going to put that here because I'm kind of worried. Okay. Okay, and I will be dropping those in the clock there. So, guys, if you are on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, or if you are on Twitch, I should have just dropped the link in the chat for you. I'm doing okay, Pam. I'm having a little bit of a day today. I'm doing what I promised a month ago. I said I would have a 420 stream for my friends and family out here on Twitch, people who really, really want to be a part of my family at least. So I'm doing that. And I'm having a tarot reading stream, so I'm reading tarot for people for hopefully for some really good donations today. My goal is to try to reach, the $100, guys. So if there's any way you guys can do that to help me out today, I truly do appreciate it. I normally don't ask for anything for readings today, but that's kind of what I'm trying to do there. But we're going to get started here by me just taking some that. That's the one thing I don't do here there, El Sanchos. You know what? Unless I'm having a palm reading with you, then I can kind of get an idea of how, but I still don't get to know when. I don't need to get to know it when your timestamp comes up, because you know what? Good. Give me a second here. I just want to make sure everything looks good here on my end. I want to change the banner just a little bit. So please give me a little bit of time here to just finish up, and then you'll be the first one in the queue. Okay. So there we go. Now, I'll just put it on the bottom there. First things first. All right, Sanchos or Steph. What kind of a reading do you want today? Now, I'm not full tilt kitty yet, so maybe this is the best time to get that clean reading if you want to read that reading clean. Otherwise, give me at least, Well, I'll wait a little bit here. I'm going to have a couple more tokes of this, about halfway of this here. Why don't we start with what kind of a reading you want? How about we start there? Do you want a past, present, future reading? Or do you want a 5-card reading? All right, 3-card reading. How many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you, Shelly? Steph? Okay, Shelly, you came in first. You said 3-card reading. So here's how it works today, guys. All right, I am having a special 420 tarot reading stream. My gifts become a lot stronger when I start to smoke cannabis. I am very blunt in the stream, but I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear here. I am doing this for donations today because I am trying to earn an extra $100 so that I can give what my manager needs for rent today. I'm just $100 shy of what my check was supposed to be. So I'm really doing this for donations, and because I promised I would do my community. I promised I would come here and have a 420 stream today. So that's what I am doing. I keep my promise. So just want to make sure you're already there for that there. So how many you said just shuffle once for you? Okay, once. All right. Then we'll get it going for you for your reading there, Shelly. All right, Shelly. So what's been going on lately, Shelly, is that you have my sleep card. Right now, you kind of feel like the whole world is kind of attacking you with these nice little ice pellets that are kind of stinging your face, and it's kind of making your world cold and miserable sometimes. But these are the things that have kind of come from your past. So this means you might probably be starting to get over some of the things of the hurts and bads and ickies from the past. What has been going on now is that you have to start to realize it is time to start putting on your personal protective coat of armor that you would need to be putting on there so that you can start dressing for the weather that is outside. That means it's time for you to put that coat of armor back onto your aura again and start to believe in yourself, to say, I'm going to have that positive idea and that positive day, to start putting on that beautiful, wonderful coat of happy, just something that keeps you feeling like you're protected, safe, and secure from all the outside worlds that they're going to be able to, click and blink on there for you. So, and guys, if you do want a reading, please say you want a reading, and I will put you in the queue. Okay. But I want to be able. I like to do one thing. I want you to know: if I call your name up more than 3 times, I will move on, guys. So please just be respectful of anyone I'm currently reading for. And if you drop your names in, and if I miss you, that's my bad. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. Okay, guys. Thank you. And back to you there, Stephanie. So what have you been working on right now? You've been rebuilding yourself a little bit. You've kind of reached to a certain maturity level that you've been wanting to reach for quite a long time. This feels like a personal goal of yours coming to fruition or coming to be completion right now. Inner Oak, Great Oak card is all about one thing. You've done all of the work that you can on the inside. You have working on some of the outside. But what you are working on the most is realizing that you are now what you feel like to be that whole, complete, beautiful tree that goes through the cycles of life, the ebbs and flows. It has a nice, wonderful foundation that it has been set upon so it can grow and become even bigger someday. You have put up those nice, healthy, beautiful walls coming for you here. So you're starting to put on those protective armors that you need to be putting on. But more than anything, coffee. I need coffee when I get this scratchy. More than anything, it's definitely time for you to realize that you are doing the dream that you want to do for a change, and you're not listening to everybody else's influences. It's time to start following and chasing that one dream you said to yourself it's time to start doing, because you want this to be more than just an idea, and that's what my exist card is. You don't want to just allow this one thing that you truly want to happen in your life. Yes, it was a beautiful, brilliant idea, but now you've got to get past existence, and now you have to become that very being of the thing you want to become. So it's time to start being the person you said you wanted to be and be able to come in with that. So it is definitely time for you to punch through to the other side and say, go through the process of labor and start to be born as this new person. Now, labor is a difficult thing. Ask anyone who's ever childbirthed anything, that it is definitely one of those things in their lives. It was the hardest they've ever had to do, but the most fulfilling thing they had to do. At least most women feel this way. So what do you have to stop to do that make you start bringing this whole reading together there for you? It's definitely time for you to stop feeling guilty for your success, because sometimes we get so caught up that we feel like we're leaving everybody and everything we know behind because we're doing something that's making our lives be better. Friends come, friends go, but family is family. Those people who have stood by you the whole time and love you no matter what you are or who you are or what you say, those are the people who will always be there by your side. So stop feeling guilty for everything going right for a change. Feel happy and don't carry around that guilt any longer. That's bad to feel good, because that's what's going to have happen to your life. This is you getting past that one little thing you feel guilty about as well. So there might be something you feel guilty about. Maybe it's time to say, I forgive myself for this. So you can start to finally move forward and get back on that wonderful, beautiful training of life. Brinks, I'll put you on my list here. So that is your reading today there. If you have the Wear for All, guys, I would really appreciate that donation today. I dropped my my info in the chat already. So if there's any way you can donate, even if it's $5, $10, I don't care what your amount is, to show me that love today. I could really, really use your help today. We will return to free tarot readings tomorrow, but today I could really use help. Well, that was your reading there. Sheila. All right, Brinks. Now that I have a couple people here, I want to explain my readings to you guys, okay? You just saw what a past, present, future reading is. But the next one I'm going to describe definitely needs some explanation, okay? I have created this deck is my own homemade deck, by the way. So this is the only copy out there in the universe that you will ever see. Now, here's how my journey layout works. So when I ask you if you would like a 3-card reading, that's your past, present, future reading. If you want this reading that I'm about to explain to all of you, my journey layout, it is where you get the most information. It is where you get the most divine answers for you. As many times as you want to ask me if this person loves you or if that person loves you, you have to kind of pay attention to what I'm saying during these readings and kind of say, oh, yeah, that's kind of this person and how that might fit into my life. So sometimes that one that. But this is a journey helps to define your personal path, your personal journey to try to make you get to the happiest, best possible life that you can. So you can wake up every day and say, today is the best day ever. So here's how the layout works. My past path is all about those past victories and or defeats that you've made up to this point. But eventually we have to turn ourselves around and face that future. Then my way path is all about those choices and or decisions that we have to make within our lives with our logical mind and our emotional mind to make the best possible choice going forward. What will help me with that? Then I take you down one of 3 different paths, and this is where it becomes a little bit more interactive on your part. I'll ask you to choose a path for your first card. Would you like your hard path, which is one of overcoming adversity, getting to your goal very, very, very quickly, but then you spend so much time and energy getting to this goal as quickly as possible that you have to take a nice long break afterwards? Or are you taking the easy path where you're taking one step, one goal at a time, taking little chunks here and little chunks there out of that one step further towards your big ass goal? But you don't get there as quickly as you would like to sometimes, but you do eventually get there. You have all of them, you have more energy than you would before, so you still can continue making smaller little goals if you want to. Now, my unseen path is all about that one thing that's been right in front of your nose the whole time, that's been screaming at you in your face. It's time to get that big picture of what's going on in my life here a little bit. It's a tiny bit of the easy, a tiny bit of the hard, but definitely one you carve yourself. Then my home path is all about what you need to bring within yourself or what you need to expel from yourself in order to feel more at home. Then my leap of faith card is all about you taking that one giant leap of faith into the unknown. We're not quite sure what we're jumping. We know what we're jumping into. We're just not sure how we're going to land. So how can I best overcome my fears? And the wandering path card is all about that one path and or choice you have yet to consider in your life that might help you going forward. That's how the journey layout works, guys. Maybe today is the day I reach. So that is my journey layout, guys. So if you guys really would like a reading, Blinks, you are next up in line. Which reading would you like? A 3-card reading or a 5-card reading? You're very welcome. Please, if you can today, tip in my donation box today. I'd greatly appreciate it. Binks, you're up. Remember, if I call your name out more than 3 times, you go to the back of the line, okay? Well, it's right over here, but I have my joints. I pre-roll my joints. Now, instead of cigarettes, I make joints, and then I just take out the filter. It's like an instant joint. I don't have to roll any papers. I don't have to do anything. So I go buy cigarette tubes. I put the weed in my cigarette machine. I load it up. I take out the filter, and then I smoke my thingy there. So no loose quite yet because I'm still working on my first one, guys. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hey, welcome on in, everybody. Thanks for coming in and joining me today. So, but yeah, here's my official. Now, I smoke pipe tobacco out of this too most of the time. And this is, we call this our brass monkey. And me and my wife just picked up a couple pieces at our local hardware store and made something that would work for us. And then I just refashioned one of those plastic little tips you get from one of those pens that you can only use once where they screw in and screw out to make it kind of a mouthpiece for myself. So, doing that. I'm doing great today, Yolanda. Today I'm going to have the best day ever because we're having a very special 420 stream. I am smoking cannabis. I am doing tarot readings for donations today because I need to make that extra $100 up for my goal today is to get at least $100 before I end stream today. So I might even be going a little bit longer than I normally do. I might go to the 11 o'clock hour depending on how I feel. But so I'm having a fabulous morning. Oh, if I could, I am injecting. I am injecting. So, Binks, you are up for your reading, though. What kind of a reading would you like today? And just remember, guys, be respectful of the chat because I want to, be able to give that person that reading when it's their turn. You can say whatever you want in chat, but I'm going to only be paying attention to Binks. So, he's the next one in line. All right. What kind? Do you want a past, present, future reading, or do you want the 5-card reading on that? And welcome in, LG. Today we're trying to earn a little bit of money because here's the sitch, guys. I went out yesterday. I had a great time with my ghost hunting thing. I thought had some extra money that I had saved in the bank account. I ate $100 I wasn't supposed to, so now I have to pay rent that is $600. So I only need an extra $100 in order to be able to pay our rent. And I have to try to earn it before today because if I miss it past the third, what they're going to do is they're going to send me a 10 days notice where I'll have to come up with 2 months of rent at the same time. Otherwise, they're going to start the eviction process because they're hard asses like that. So, you know what? Okay, let me update you on the if you guys were here yesterday, you guys are part of my community. You want to know how the ghost hunt went? It went fabulous. Okay, first and foremost, I'm really out of shape. I haven't done that much walking in a very long time. I'm using my cane too, so there was a lot more walking than I had anticipated. But that was my first time out. I didn't know the team. I didn't know their style. I didn't know what was going on. I was just trying to keep up the best I could. That was probably the first half of my ghost hunting was kind of me trying to catch up most of the time. Then when we finally settled at this one spot in the cemetery, yeah, that's right. We went to a cemetery in North Minneapolis. I believe it is the Maine Memorial, not Snelling. Anyway, I forget what the name of the cemetery is, but the point is that we went to a cemetery and we found this one plot where I kind of felt drawn to, and I decided to go sit on the bench. We set up all the ghost hunting tools and stuff like that, right? And then I started to just basically start a basic conversation. Hello, my name is Joshua. I don't know who you are yet because I haven't even looked at your headstone, you know. And then I started having a talking session with a ghost. We were getting the lights going off by themselves and no one was near around them. I was basically sitting here. Okay, all the tools and equipment were sitting on this kind of like this front corner here, and I was sitting way over here on this side of this corner here. So, and some of it was even below me where I was kind of like in a diagonal, kind of a deal. So, and things were starting to communicate with it. It was talking to us intelligently through the spirit box. That was cool. because those were direct responses. You heard the yeah, the yeps, the even real answers to questions we had asked, like what was your wife's name? Stuff like that. We got names, we got things, and now that they are going to have to go maybe do a little bit of research about that. But I it was a very cool because they were really hopping back and forth with me. We talked for almost an hour in that communication before we decided to let that ghost go back to rest, and or that spirit back to rest, right? So, it was just amazing because I had never had that much interactivity between a ghost, not even with my guides, You know, that was the first time it was legitimate paranormal activity because there is no way I didn't have anything on me that could have caused those electronic devices to go off first and foremost of all. First and foremost of all. Sorry, I get a little choked up when I get excited. and then I'll get to your reading here in just a second, Briggs. I haven't forgotten you, okay? But it was just a really cool experience, guys. So that's the update for now. I want to get back into doing Brinks' reading here. So, Brinks, thank you very much for being patient, my man. 3-card reading you got. How many times would you like me to shuffle the deck? And you have to give me a second because I have to do a cleansing shuffle from the last reading here. We are getting our overhead camera today sometime. And then Brinks, well, how many times would you like me to shuffle the? Okay, there you go. 6 times. These are for you. So 1, 2. Uh-oh. 3. We have a jumper. 4. Uh-oh. Someone really okay. This doesn't happen a lot. When I went to go 6, 2 other cards fell down on the table. So you have had 3 cards pop out at me, right? What does that normally mean? The universe really wants to slap you upside in the face and tell you something. Some truth here. Okay, so we're going to go with the 3 they chose. How about that? Normally I would tell you to do one thing here, but Brinks, I'm telling you, something from the universe really wants you to hear this answer. So just what happened was on the 5th card shuffle, 1 card popped out, fell on the deck, face down, by the way. They all fell down and face down, by the way. So I don't even know what the cards are yet. Then on the 6th and final shuffle, the 2 other cards from the universe decided to pop face down on my table. So just to let you know, when this has ever happened for anybody I've read for, that is basically saying your guides, your angels, your gods, whatever highest power you believe in, has something they really want to tell you because they, okay, so just keep that in mind, guys. So, all right, so just so you know what's going on. Now, normally I would have asked you to tell me how many cards within the deck you want your that's funny. So just when that happens, it's a very important message. I think this is going to really resonate for you. Well, okay. And then after this, we're going to start joint number 2 here in a little bit. All right. So first and foremost, Brinks, what you've been doing in your most recent of past is that you've been working on bringing a lot of different aspects of what are going on in your everyday life. This card is all about what goes on your everyday plate. What are we juggling in the air right now? What are we kind of doing that we want to start to just get kind of consider? How can I start using all of these things to my benefit? Well, we're juggling too many different things in the air. It's time to reintegrate them into that one passion, that one thing that we really are passionate about doing right now, and spark the flame that starts us going in a more positive direction. So that might mean accepting some certain truths about saying some old bad patterns have to die. That's your blue right over here. Maybe a little bit of things you have to let go of and forgive yourself for. Maybe you have to do a little bit of letting go in order for that light to come in. And as soon as you do that, you turn those from negatives into positives. And now all the positive is going to start to come in to start to fill your screen. So you've been juggling a lot of different things right now. It's time to kind of bring everything together into that one goal or dream that you were wanting to do. And it has something from your past kind of saying to you, hey, maybe you need to just honor all of their past and light and spark that you say to yourself, that all made up who I am today. I'm sparking this flame and saying, I accept it, first and foremost. I don't know. I haven't gotten to all of the cards yet. I'm going one by one, buddy. So that basically is just saying, here comes your more present, what's presently going on for you, okay? You are working on getting yourself ready to make a major change in your life. You have my Forge card. Your Forge card is telling you that pot hack. Okay. So it's definitely, the universe is definitely saying, we're putting you in this fire for a reason. You think all the stuff that's going on right now may not be serving you a purpose, but honestly, this is the thing that is getting you red, rotten, rockin' hot, ready to be shaped and molded into what you will truly become, the thing that will be your permanent shape, the person that you've always wanted and saw yourself being, the life you've always wanted to live, the reasons you always wanted to live it. It's time to go chase your me and re-embrace what it means to come back in your life again. And so what's coming for you in future? Well, it's a rebirthing process because you're letting go of that old bad leaves. This is your future card. Those old bad leaves that have no longer served you any purpose, they need to fall to the ground in order for you to start moving forward. You have to start to let go of your past a little bit here, my man. You've gotten the 3 cards that basically telling you not only do you have to reintegrate and bring everything and say, come to an acceptance within yourself about reintegrating everything back into who you are, but accepting yourself for who you are today. And then you have the Forge card, which is basically saying it's time just to get yourself ready to start shaping yourself into what you are supposed to be, because now you are starting to feel that kiln become red hot, so you can start to pound away and shape on your and put that shape to that metal of the kind of person you want to be. With every strike that might hurt, another wonderful moment to shape and temper you into the right pattern in which you belong. Then you get the Leaf card that's basically telling you to recognize you're going through this life, death, and rebirth process, so that you can understand that your life is always going to be about going through a change of some sort. But if you don't let go of the past and let those spots open for that new growth to come ahead of you, you're never going to be ready for it. And then there's this. Okay, and then there's this. So what is this reading telling me this is all about? It's all about the inner you. The inner oak card is all about you are the tree in this picture, basically. You are a nice, healthy, wonderful growing tree, but now you have to start working on what's going on in the inside. That means deciding if all these bad, old, icky patterns and furniture that you've been comfortable laying on for a long, long time have to go out to the side of the wave road and start outside to that trash heap, or so now that you can go bring in the nice, new, comfortable couches and stuff. Because the old couches and stuff were hurting your back for too long. They were causing you leg cramps. They were making you sneeze. So basically saying, hey, you have got that growth going on in yourself right now, and be proud of what you're putting into yourself to make yourself the person you are. You're doing a lot of hard work to become this person. So, know that you are well on your way, my friend. That growth, and that basically, if you are having a dream and trying to chase a dream right now, you're almost to goal completion, and whatever you want to happen, start happening for your life, it's kind of like you're getting ready to cross the finish line. Now, how you finish the race is going to be up to you. That's basically the best thing I can tell you, because what I'm feeling is there's a lot of reawakening of my personal power going on, or there's a reawakening of recognizing that the past made me who I am today. You know, so let me catch up on chat a little bit, and then we're going to have some. All right. So Brinks, that was your reading. My queue is now clear, but I'm going to start to have Toki number 2. So guys, remember, this is the one and only time I will ask for donations, but if you can help me reach my goal of at least $100 today so that I can be able to pay for rent before tomorrow, so that I can go out there, so I can transfer it into my bank account. So that means if you're paying on PayPal, I'm going to need at least $120 because of the fees that I get because of whatever someone gives me money, because it is slightly a business account, because you're tipping the unknown profit some money today. It's kind of like you're paying me a payment of some sort for a service, So, and because PayPal can take multiple different kinds of payment, they've got their butts covered, in other words, So how is everybody out there in YouTube land there today, guys? And hey, thanks for keeping it fresh in here. We might spend just a little bit of time just chatting for a little bit. I want to catch up with everyone in chat. So, Binks, what did you think of your reading, first and foremost? Let's get back to Binks a little bit. Just wanted to know how he was doing, how he liked that reading. Live in-person reviews. And don't be shy. Tell me what you really thought. Well, you know what? I didn't see anybody say they wanted a reading, and I was looking back at it, and there's too much babbling going back and forth. So if that person wants reading, they better ask now. Well, thank you, Binks. I truly do appreciate it. That's what I truly am here to help you as well. I know today I'm kind of begging for a little bit of money here and there, but honestly, when I get that kind of thing that I'm the bomb, you really helped me today, then I can put you on my list. Okay, you Alpha. I'm just going to call you Alpha. You will be next. Just let me make sure. Was anybody else who wanted a reading in here so I can start making a list? Now's the time to ask, guys. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until I look up again with... And if I call you out more than 3 times and you're not there, how do you donate to you? Here, I'll drop that information in the chat right now. All right, guys. I just dropped that in the chats right there, guys. So, like I said, I had a really good time with my ghost adventure. And Alpha, you will be next in line here. So just take a moment. If anyone wants to donate something, either go to one of those 2 links that works for you. I greatly would appreciate it. I'm going to check after stream, and I truly do thank you for any amount you are willing to send. Okay? I'm not going to tell you how much to spend. Just if you can donate today is the day to donate, guys. So, Alpha, you're still here in the chat from YouTube. Hey, KMX. KM. Kick. Basically kicked. Anyway, do you want to be added to the list then? Sure. Okay, you'll be next in line then, okay? Remember to stay in the chat. All right. So Alpha, is that if I call you Alpha for the reading? And then what kind of a reading would you like? Would you like my 5-card in-depth reading or my 3-card simple reading? I thank you all for stopping in from that community and sharing your community with me. For every donation, I can take a sip of my coffee to make my voice not growly. And let me know if you did tip. That way I can do that because I don't have all of my notifications on to let me know when someone's giving me a tip or not right now. I'm going to have to trust you guys a little bit here. Yeah, you did. Well, thanks for opening those floodgates in. All right, let's get back to Alpha's reading because she wants a 5-card reading 4 times. Thank you. Someone's on top of her game. 1. Or someone's on top of his game. I need to look up first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be 4. 4. All right. Now, what I need you to do is to pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your journey begins in my deck there, Alpha. Okay, I'm going to count that many cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and the 34th card is where your journey begins, my friend. All right. Uh-huh. Well, what is it then? Aha. Pot heck. All right, for anybody there sitting in my chat, please, I'm not going to be paying attention to what you're saying at this point. I will be only paying attention to what me and Alpha are doing here. So we can make that. I can give him the best possible reading possible, guys. Just kind of keep the chitter chat at a little bit lower right now, okay? You guys want to say 1 or 2 things here, back, forth, front, but I really want to be able to concentrate on me and Alpha. Okay, that was a pathetic belt. I can do better than that. Oh. So let me give it more hit. Remember, I am doing this 420, guys. This is a joint full of cannabis. I'm smoking a mixture of Do-Si-Do and Purple Runs right now. That's what I'm going to do right now. So, all right, and this is an example of the journey layout, guys, okay? We will have an overhead camera in tomorrow's stream because my overhead camera arrives before 10 p.m. tonight. So that means it could literally be on my doorstep at any moment from now until 10 p.m. at night. So, but we're going to get to your reading there, Alpha. So, Alpha, in your past, you have really been working on doing one thing. You've been stamping your foot to the ground and saying, I am ready to be this thing, this person that I've always wanted to be. This moment is mine. I'm going to scream it out to the universe because this is a place of personal power for me. It's called the Witch's Tower. It's in a nice little grove somewhere in the Minneapolis stuck. It's a nice little national park stuck right in the middle in between 2 cities. It's the most peaceful refuge for both of those cities because not only does it cut down on the trafficy sounds, being are really close to this place, you kind of feel like you're away from the city, but then you go down the block and drive down about a mile and you're already to the cities already. So, it was a nice, wonderful spot. But the reason I went here was because every time I did something really important in my life, I had to stomp my foot to the ground and say one thing: I have the power. So that's what I kind of feel like you have to start to say to yourself there, Alpha, is I have the power. Here is what I feel I am capable and ready to handle to that universe. So to your personal deity of power, to whatever you believe in, even if that's your belief in self. So it's you saying, hey, universe, I'm ready for it. But remember, when you ask for it, be careful what you ask for, because whatever you say to the universe you think you need and what it thinks you need are two different things here, my friend. So when it starts to send you things you don't quite understand why all of these things start happening to you, it's because you asked for it. So there we go. So we got onto the wait path for you. So what is it really ready waiting for you? You're really ready to start to receive once again. But you have to remember one thing. All these beautiful gifts you think you are receiving, you don't have to open every last one of them. There are some gifts you can refuse. You can simply say, no, thank you. I appreciate the gesture, but I really don't want your hate today. Thank you. You can keep that. I'm just gonna keep trying to love you as the person I know you are. You know, or you can take and open that gift and realize it's the ugly sweater inside that you never really wanted in the first place. But if people think they know you so well, they got you the ugly sweater because that's what they thought you needed in your life. So it's all about you understanding that you have the ability to open your hands and start to receive your dreams and goals, but you don't have to open all of the things you don't want to in your life. Only open that which gifts you really need to start bringing much you happiness and bringing you that fulfilling dream. This is also about get ready to start fulfilling your dreams as well, because that is my blue sphere pouring itself into the into the hands where I grabbed my blue sphere and I said I wanted to live my own destiny, and boom, I'm sitting here doing the thing I've said I wanted to do one day. All right there. Sorry, I get a little scratchy every once in a while. So, Alpha, you get a choice to make now. Would you like to go down your hard path next, your unseen path next, or your easy path next? Hard path. So what is going to be the hardest path for you to do once again? You have my guide card, which is telling you it's time to start realizing that maybe you need to return back to the faith of believing that things are possible again. Maybe it's time to go back to that deity of your choice and say, hey, thank you, because I know you've got my back. These deities of power, whatever you believe in, whatever your personal deity of power is basically saying, we got your back. Why aren't you listening to the messages we're sending you? We are not putting this on you to hurt you. We're putting this on you for you to realize this is not how you want to be treated. So why do you keep allowing yourself to be treated this way? How many times do we have to tell you this is not what you want? And we give you that I need to get out of here feeling, because you're the wizard in control of the magic we send you. And you're only as powerful as the belief in yourself. We're just going to amplify what you believe in yourself. So start to trust not only yourself, but you and your higher power has your back a little bit there. That's going to be a little bit hard to kind of do, because maybe that's a little bit more introspective, that you're quite not sure if you're ready yet. Would you like to go down your easy path next or your unseen path next? I take a really nice good sip of my coffee. I know I'm going to leave that last little green for a little bit longer. I'm going to have a really cigarette. So what is your See, when I get excited, it kind of gets that crackly voice. Like, I have been smoking too much. Oh, I have been smoking too much. That's what's happening. So, what is your easy path, right? Your easy path is basically saying this to you. You've been going down a path of this easy for a while now. And maybe it's time for you to start taking something that has a little bit more risk to you, because you've been taking it easy right now, and you have to start to consider that unseen path. Now, what is an unseen path? Like I said when I said begin with, you want to be a little bit determined to get to your goal as quickly as possible, but it has to be within goals that you can start to actually obtain and be a part of and get that finally journey of. But you have to start carving that destiny in front of yourself, because at the end of that deck is a beautiful, wonderful little pond that's filled with a lot of nature and a lot of life. It's a place of serenity and peace. It's a place where you can actually fish and hunt a little bit, but still find the serenity within. And that's what I found at the end of this deck, that serenity within. And you're headed that way, my friend. So now is your turn to say, maybe it's time to take an unseen path for a change. And that might be the easiest thing for you to do. So, granted, now we get to find out what the universe thinks an unseen path is that you need to take is, okay? Sorry, I got a little bit of allergies sometimes. So if I'm doing this a lot and that a lot, it's just because I kind of get the tickles in my nose. So we have the only path we have left, which is your unseen path, right? Which your easy path was saying, hey, maybe you need to do what your unseen path card is needing to do. That could be the easiest thing for you to do is. And you have my blue wolf card. Now, I don't know if you're a father or not, but I kind of feel that intuitive thing telling me you are in some way, shape, or form a father figure to a lot of different people. You have to be like one special thing in your life. My dad is the blue wolf. This is my father's card in my deck. And my father had a nice, beautiful youth, but he didn't always act responsibility in his life the most. He thought he had to go out of his family of choice to find a new and different experience, because he was missing a part of himself that we weren't fulfilling for him at that time. He left the pack like a lone wolf would leave their pack, going to try to find different packs to see if they belong with one another, different packs. Sometimes wolves will do this in packs like that. But what you've had to start to realize is it's time to start to come back to family again, to rejoin that pack where you feel like you can howl at the moon with all those crazy emotions and feelings you have inside, just like, oh, because it's time to come back and remember that you are an emotional man. You are an emotional person that has to let these emotions out. But you can still be a part of a family, but you don't have to be the leader of a pack. You just have to stay a part of it. And that's how you can be the more brilliant thing with you. And that's your unseen path. Is maybe there's some kind of father figure in your life that you may have to forgive, or maybe that it is time to finally get past whatever bullshit someone did to you once upon a time with one of your siblings, kids, or whatever's. It's someone that's kind of a fatherly figure or you, but I have a feeling that you are the fatherly figure in this picture. So it's time to let those emotions back out and find your pack, that one true pack again, because it's going to help you so much going forward. Would you like your home card next, or would you like your leap of faith card next? Thanks, boss. Appreciate that. Like a hospital, I needed that last. Thanks. So, what is your home card, right? What you need to realize about what's going on right now is there are too many good choices out there. There are too many good choices, and you're just not quite sure which is the right choice. You're never gonna know until you grab outside of that home and look towards that future and say, I'm just gonna grab one of these and I'm gonna pull it out of my jar and I'm gonna go, oh, it's time to do this. And just start to do it because you've been kind of stuck at home. Home has become Wayne again for you. Home has become like you waiting around for the answers of the universe to land in your lap when they've been landing in your lap like a hurricane for months, and you just don't think it's anything spectacular, you know. So it's all about you getting over that which you have no control over, and now controlling your own destiny for a change. So you want to go do something, put your passion and heart into that. You want to go be somebody, go put your heart and passion into that. If there's something you've always wanted to do, any dream you've ever wanted to chase in your whole life, the one thing that you think would make you the happiest before you die in this world, what would you like to be able to say to yourself, I did that? Guess what? I just accomplished mine yesterday. I wanted to go be a part of a real ghost hunting team, hunting ghosts and getting some interactivity between me and a spirit. And yesterday it happened. Boom. That was it. I'm done. Boom. I'm out. No, no, I'm just joking. But for you, it's just about grabbing that hold of that dream and doing it. Because what do you really need to start to do? Oh boy, does this make so much sense for you? Because your leap of faith literally is a leap of faith of joy that you are finally coming out of that ocean for the first time to grab your first fresh breath air in a long time. Something new, something joyful, something that brings you all to that things. Because it's not only about jumping and taking that air, you're taking in that nice, warm, sunny day, you're taking in that wonderful leap when you're screaming out that sounds of joy of jumping out of that wonderful, beautiful ocean that you've been stuck in for such a long time. Now you have all the energy you need to go back into that ocean and swim in the dream you want to be in now. And remember, you've got family and friends who are surrounding you just like a whale pod does, surrounding and circling you, telling you, we've got you, buddy. Go for it. You know? And it's time for you. This is my wife's card, by the way, and this is something that she had to learn how to do. So there might be a female in your presence there that kind of feels like a sister, a best friend. Hey, maybe even if it's your lover, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's your wife. But if they are bringing you some sort of fresher breath air and new joy into your life, don't be so afraid of that new beautiful change, because what I'm asking you to jump out of is I'm just asking you to jump out of the ocean just long enough to take a fresh breath of air. And your leap of faith is just trusting that you're going to find you're happy. Then your wandering path card is my pupil card. My friend, I think you know it all. I think I know it all sometimes. But you have to become the student of life again. What left to experience do you want to be able to say to yourself, when I look back and I say, did I help X, Y, and Z amount of people today? No, I helped this one person today. And I helped this one person today. And I helped me today. And then I helped me again today. And today I became the student of life once again and growing up forward into that beautiful future that you have yet to learn. Because now, even though you think you know it all, you got to go back to just being a student again, because it is what it is going to be. That is going to be your most fulfilling moment of your life. So when I look over your whole reading and I ask myself, what could this possibly mean for you there, Alpha? It's definitely time for you to start claiming your power again, stamping your foot to the ground and saying, this is what I know I'm capable of doing, but I'm only going to accept the gifts I know are useful to me right now. I'm going to discard the rest because I am going to start trusting my higher power that they've got my back, but I still got to be the one who wields the magic, because there is an unseen path that is right in front of your nose this whole time. Maybe it's time to be that follower of the pack rather than the leader of a pack, so that you can become that student and recontemplate and find that greatest joy of life once more. That is your reading, my friend. Yeah, I would say so. So remember, you asked for this, so just kind of keep yourself prepared, but you don't have to open up all the gifts that might be coming your way, even if they're good gifts. You sometimes taking on more responsibility seems like a gift at the time, but after the course of period of time, when you realize you jumped into the hot bucket a little too quickly, before you realize you're about to become soup, okay? And I've been there, and it's just like it's an exciting thing, kind of having to go back to yourself and say, I have to kind of go relearn life again a little bit, go back to being that student within myself, and not only literally sometimes, but physically, just because that's how every journey begins. We become a student of something. We once said to ourselves, we want to know how we can do it. I said I wanted to be a ghost hunter someday. I am now a ghost hunter. Boom, dream accomplished. Now I've got to be ready for what I ask for. That's the only thing next. And I've never been this excited in my life. So excited. All right, doing a cleansing shuffle here before I get to Kick. Kick, you still here? KM CK KM CK KM CK KM CK. You here? You're very welcome, Alpha. Anybody else want to be put on my list here? Please let me know now. After Kick. You're welcome. Please remember, guys, if you can today, please donate to my donation stream. I put those into the chat. I will be putting them in shortly. I just want to give myself time to catch up to see if anybody else would like to get on the list right now before I start calling out Kick's 3 strikes. All right. So Kick already responded. We've got him already in the chat. What kind of a reading would you like today? Do you want to be added to the queue then there, Ash? Aisha? Or I can just call you Ash. Do you want to be put on the list? Say yes now. Or I'm just going to keep going forward, and then I'll look back on the list, and if I hope I don't miss you. Okay, you want a 5 card. All right. All right. Well, if you do, let me know. I'll try to go back and try to see if you want one or not. Okay. Hasi is next. Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping up with me there, Sancho. Kind of being my unofficial mod right here. I truly appreciate that. Yeah, you brought all these crazy people in. You better be a mod of your own people. All right. So, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10, my friend? Good. Yes, you can ask to be put on my list. Do you want me to ask you? You'll be after Nasi. Do you want to be put on the list? And Ash, just keep thinking about one number. How many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you? 5 times. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to start concentrating on you, okay? They'll have to let me know in the letter if they want to really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your journey begins in my deck. All right, Billy, you're third in line right now, so please be patient. And I am doing this for donations today, guys. I really need your help with some donations. I'm trying to make at least $100 by the end of my time streaming here today so that I can pay for rent. So if you guys can donate, today is the day. I'm going to drop those donation links in the chat one more time here just to kind of give everyone a refresh a little bit. So thank you very much. I truly do appreciate that. All right. So let me just make sure. He said 37. Okay, that's what I thought he said, but I wanted to go make sure. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, and the 37th card. Wow. The reason I was kind of counting a little slow because my cards kind of got sticky because I think I got a little coffee on my fingers and they started to stick together a little bit. So sorry about the long count there, guys, but hey, that's how it goes here. You take 1% at a time, and I really want to be concentrated on Kmick, KMCK, KMCK. Right, give me a second. Wow. And before we get started, I'm going to make myself a actual tobacco cigarette, take a break from the smoking of the cannabis for a little bit. We'll go, after this reading, we'll have a little bit of a 420 break here while I get ready to finish up the stream today. Just to kind of tell you guys, thank you very much. See, and that was how quickly it was there. Oh. Down in the valley of Main Street. Okay, so here's your reading, my friend. You are on deck there, KMCK. So, what have you been kind of working on in the past? You've been working on that tempering part of that soul because you have done a lot of this inner work inside. You've heated yourself up to the point where now you can start to bang away at the shape that you want it yourself to be, so that you can start to shape yourself into what you have envisioned yourself being. I think this part is a kind of like, I like to refer it like this. What kind of a tool do you want to be? Do you want to be the sword that defends, the shield that protects, the cup that gets filled or emptied, or the fan that controls the ebbs and the flows of life? Maybe you want to create enough metal so you can become all of these things. Maybe you have your own tool in mind. But it is actually one of these moments where you are now physically or mentally and spiritually taking responsibility that you have to be the one hammering yourself into the shape you want yourself to become. Because without that, nothing is going to get done. No one is going to do it for you, first and foremost. If you want it, you've got to go get it a little bit. But you don't have to do this forever. You're just getting yourself to that point where you know that you can do this thing, and that belief is all that you really need, is that one belief that I can put myself in the shape I want it. I can work past from my past. I can take what has happened to me and use that to be the thing that heats up my personality of who I am. So now I can take that by the hands and go, boom, here I am. Now we get to your weight path. Your weight path is definitely one of these cards of like that, what I was trying to say before. You're going to stop just existing as an idea. You have my exist card, which means you're existing as an idea for right now. But whenever someone gets this card, it means you are tired of doing that. It's time to start contemplating how I become that person. So in your weight path, the choices and decisions you are making now is you're basically waiting your nice, happy self, getting yourself ready in that darkness because you're about to be born. You have to go through the labor process, and the labor process is scary because that means you are finally risking yourself out to this world more than you have ever done before. And now you get to choose who interacts with that new being because you're still going to be taken care of by those friends and family who have your back, who has always had your back. They're going to be your literal parents of life as you start to grow into the person you have chosen to be. And now you are going to be walking and strutting and hopping as quickly or as minimally as you want to be because you're putting yourself in that position to be able to do just that. So, uh, would you like to go down your hard path next, or your easy path next, or your unseen path next? KMCK, thank you. So, what is the hard path for you right now? The hard path is all about you doing one thing. And the hardest thing for you to sometimes do is to do this. And I really believe that this is something you need to do more of. You need to start to damn well celebrate your victories. You have to go out with those friends that you trust the most and remember all that which has come before you is that darkness that is in that cauldron. But you get to be the spark of new change, of new birth, because you are going to celebrate every momentous moment that has happened to you up to this point. And that can be a really hard thing to do for you, is to celebrate those moments and victories. Well, if you're not going to give yourself some kind of a reward for that which you really, really worked hard for, we're just going to make you celebrate more. Oh, we'll have to bring you some joy into your life so we make you celebrate more because that's what you say you want. So basically saying to you, hey, pay attention here. Be that spark that lights that flame that draws that towards you. Don't let that be the hardest thing you have to do. Let it be the easiest thing you've had to ever do. Now, would you like to go down your easy path or your unseen path next? All right, Kick, whenever you're ready, just take your time. Okay, thank you. So, what is your unseen path? These are the things that we know, but these are the things we don't know. When was the last time you stopped to look around and cherish what you actually have in your life? To actually take a look around and say to yourself, look at what I actually have right now. Did I ever, as a kid, think I would ever have this? Did I ever in my life ever think my life could be like this? Can I cherish the beautiful parts of the life I have yet to come for a change? I need to start giving everybody and everything a big old squishy in this universe so that they can start to give me a big squishy back in the universe. Because if anyone has to have one very simple thing in their unseen path, it's about cherishing the friends you have, the people you love the most. This is me and my wife on our wedding day. And the one thing I want to let you know about that is, okay, that we always thought, even up to this day, it was too good to be true, that we had found our one true love. It wasn't until our wedding day that that feeling finally went away because we knew it was going to be forever. We had found our soulmate and we didn't believe it was good to be true. Sometimes too good to be true actually is good to be true. You just have to be able to see that brilliant, beautiful moment for what it is and start to cherish those moments as they come, because those are what's guiding you towards the brilliant part of who you are now. Then we go down your easy path, which is hella a lot of interesting because it means this: that ancient knowledge, those ancient ancestors that you know you are a part of, your family lineage, those ancient gods, those ancient goddesses, those which you hold true in your heart, that holds them true in yours as well. It is time to start listening, my friend, because the ancients are calling out and saying, hey, pay attention here. We've been through this before. Maybe this isn't what you truly want, or maybe this is what makes you feel fulfilled. And you have to remember to listen to that ancient knowledge inside of yourself, that experience that you've gained up to this point, telling you exactly who you are, why you are here, what you are supposed to do, because you already know these answers. It's just you have to realize that you have to believe it. And the more you believe it, the more they will cry out to you, we hear you. Let's make you actually have that understanding there. Okay. Now, Kick, would you like your home card next or your leap of faith card next? This is just my cigarette, right? So, Kick, take your time. Your choices are okay. Thank you. So, what is your leap of faith? Your leap of faith is realizing that you have gotten all of this knowledge that you want to start to give to this world, but you're kind of unsure of how all this about sharing more about yourself is that seed that you are dropping into somebody else's yard. Whether it grows or not is highly dependent on the other person. Because if they think it's a beautiful seed that will grow into something worthy of being in their yard, then you will be a part of them forever. But if that seed is not going to germinate and grow in that spot, then you have to stop being afraid of that failure card. That one seed won't click with the universe, it won't go the right way you want it to go. But it's all about taking back in that little parts of yourself that you feel like you are ready to start sharing with the world. And that's the scariest thing for you to do sometimes, because it means that you have to risk people rejecting you. But you didn't take into account what about the people who accept you? It's not a 50-50 lottery when it comes to seeds, because every single one of these has a potential to grow, even without any conditions whatsoever. One can just spontaneously start to grow. So you never know where that next new adventure is going to lead you, where those seeds are going to fall. Then we get to your home card, right? It's definitely time for you to start to realize that you are like that volcano that has just erupted in your life. That all of the situation that has made you explode and say, no more, I'm not taking it anymore. Well, that was the volcano, my friend. This is the lava flow that is going out, destroying everything and anything in its path that has stopped it from being the person it wants to be up to this point. That means I'm going to demolish my old patterns. I'm going to demolish my old fears, my old anxieties, everything. I'm going to just wipe the slate clean, because I'm going to be that new lava flow that comes through and not only creates my own land for a change, I'm going to shape the very land I'm on. And nothing's going to be able to stop me until I reach a point that I meet something more powerful than I am, like that ocean of emotion that's going to come after or accomplishing my goals and dreams. Then I'm going to have to scream like a steam of air out to the universe, I did it, I did it, I did it. And you have to become that stream once again and realize you definitely have the power to do this, that you have that wherefore carve your own destiny into what it is supposed to be, because that's what's going to make you most at home in your life again, taking back your control of your own stream for a change. And what is this all about, or what is this wandering path you have yet to consider? That you have to consider all the ingredients of that which has come before you has been like making a finely crafted alcoholic beverage like a beer. You add the right kind of bars and hobs. You add the right kind of sugars. You add the right kinds of yeast. You enter the right kind of spices. You let it sit for an appropriate amount of time. That gives it all that it needs to be able to do one thing. It's ready to be strained, and then it's ready to be pasteurized so that the next time it is consumed, it is safe to do so. That takes time, my friend. Maybe you're getting to the tail end of the part where you get to have a taste test of it. And then you get to say, oh, I need some ice in this. I need to cool this down just a tiny bit to bring that flavor up a little bit. Or I like that warm, nice, comfortable, just that nice, healthy. I've left it out on the bar, tastes too long, kind of a taste, that's your favorite kind of taste to have when you're gone to the beer. You get to decide to be what kind of a flavor and decide what kind of thing you want to be in your life. So just remember that it is all about that fermentation process. It takes a lot of little steps to happen in the right order, in the right place, in the right time for you to be able to drink that now new, safe elixir of life that's going to not only taste like the best thing you've ever drank in your life, but you're going to be able to decide how you want to have that taste in your mouth: cold, warm, hot, soft, whatever you want it to be. So that's basically your reading, my friend there, Kick. I have Nazi next in line. Nazi, remember, guys, be so kind to me today. I am doing this for donation so that I can pay for my rent. I accidentally spent a little bit too much money having fun yesterday, and now I have to earn at least $100 sometime before the end of today so that I can have it in my bank account so that when I write him a check for $600, it doesn't bounce. Plus that I need the extra $100 in order to do that. So really want to thank anybody who has donated up to this point, or anyone who will help me donate. Remember, today we are having a 420 stream. So, that means that my gifts are amplified almost by 1,000%. And if you haven't been able to tell right now, I'm a very blunt person just naturally in life, but I am way more blunt now in this kind of a mode. So, you think you're gonna come here and get the frilly reading? I'm gonna ask you to pay for it in advance, and I'm not asking you to pay in advance for anything. Donate after the reading, please. Please donate something that you can afford to spend. I don't want the money that was going to take you out of you having a happier, healthier life. I don't want to cause you to be that close to be in the same position I am. Okay, I don't want to take that kind of money from people. Just if you can help today, I truly appreciate it. Like I said, this is your special 420 stream. I told you this was going to be a 420 donation stream. Well, today I actually need it. So I think I'm going to reach my goal. I have a really, really good feeling about it, guys. So, all right. So, Nasi, this is your first call. Are you still in chat? Nasi going once. Nasi going twice. I don't know. Hey, Sancho, is that who we're talking about there? Is that who's next? Okay, so you are next. Sorry about that, Hostel. I thought he said somebody else. I wrote it down wrong. So, yep, you're up, young lady. Your turn. And what kind of a reading do you want today while I do a cleansing shuffle from the last reading here? Also, kind of had to make sure my cards aren't sticking together again. All right, we're ready for you there. All right, and my moderator El Sanchez, what he says goes for right now, guys. So if he says you're next in line, you're next in line. And stop taking readings at about in about a half an hour. Stop just taking readings altogether, El Sanchez, because I want to be able. Well, we'll see. We're at least going to take a restroom break or something here in a little bit, maybe another 10 to 15 minutes if I feel I need it. Get up and stretch more than anything. So we're ready to rock and go for this. Is one shuffle, 3 cards. Okay, one shuffle, 3 cards. Got you. And you want the 3rd card in. You got it. 1, 2, 3. With your 3rd card going 1, 2, and 3. And your destiny is. Okay, that defines things a lot. Okay, you guys can rate that 1 through 10. How did it do? How was that 1 through 10 burp scale? Okay, sorry about the rudeness for anyone, but I'm a rude crude, a socially unacceptable man sometimes. So, and hey, why not have fun with it if it's going to happen? Okay, I'm going to try this here. Put my damn. Then I'll stop itching my nose as much. Okay, so here we go. Here's your reading. Okay. Hey, I can respect that there. I respect it. Well, we can get your reading here for you. Oh, I wasn't even trying that hard, so I feel like I failed the Oh my God, what happened to my voice? Can you believe the thing that happened to my voice? Okay, now back to normal. So, in the past, what you have been kind of doing is working on a hard path right now. You've been a very determined person trying to get to your goal as quickly as possible, but you are now really trying to get to that resting part. You have yet to take that nice long break that you need to take after expending so much of that energy. You have to marinate in this change that you have just made in a while. You have to let it just kind of come with the ebbs and flows of life that every day do, because you have to have that rest period if you're going to attempt another big goal again. But maybe you've been on this path far too long. Maybe there's something going on in your past that you feel like if you didn't become this determined person to get to the point you are today, well, maybe you've reached that point. Maybe that's something you have to consider. Have you been walking down this hard path long enough? Do I have to consider a different idea of what I need to do? Then we get to your present card. Okay? And your present card is basically saying to you this. It's time for you to realize that you are starting to complete that puzzle piece of who you are. You finally see the big picture, all the goods, all the bad, everything that has made you up for who you are right now. You finally have looked yourself in the mirror and you see this beautiful picture that best represents you. Now, this is just not a representation of you per se, but it is a representation of you becoming that full, complete picture once more. Now, do you want to add those flourishes onto this picture? That color, that ebb, that flow, that flourish, the thing that makes you stand out, that makes people really see the really, really beautiful person you are. Instead of putting a mask on, you're wiping off of the mask, and people are finally starting to see the beautiful you truly are. And that is way more brilliant and beautiful than any picture I could fake them to see. Then what is going on in your future, right? And it's really going to be about this one thing. You are now like the bud. You have all of this potential in this world to do whatever you want yourself to do. But you have to remember that things do take time. Just like a bud doesn't open up overnight all of the time, even if it seems like it opens up overnight, it has actually been opening up slowly, up to the point where it finally springs forth and goes, ah, I'm stretching my leaves for the first time. But you have to start taking in those positive influences in your life to start opening up your leaves. So believing in myself opens up my hand a little bit more. Oh, I get that nice emotional cry out. I get those nice, wonderful emotions to do work for me. Oh, beautiful sunshine. Sunshine, I believe in myself. 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 Until you become that leaf that is working out there in the universe going, hey, I'm doing something important here. Now I'm really adding to the energy of life. Now I'm really adding to the experience of what I'm going through. So get ready for some abundant change coming your way. And you get to decide where and how and when you want to grow. Because guess what? What is your destiny card telling you? It's definitely time to you to consider an easier path for a change. Maybe this whole reading has really been about saying, hey, you've been doing it the hard way long enough. Let's make small little obtainable goals where we take nice little long breaks along the way, but we still get to our goal. Yeah, it's going to take us a tiny bit longer to get to that goal, but maybe I need to learn perseverance for a change, or maybe I need to learn how to, take my time with something and savor the flavors of life a little bit more. Because on this walk, it feels more like a nice, leisurely, wonderful day outside rather than a marathon, you know? And that might be something that you might need to consider today. All right, there, young lady. That is your reading. One thing I would like to offer you is an extra card on your reading, and that would be where I would show you what I think your buds would have. Your this extra card that I have right here that I haven't even looked at yet. If you want this extra card to kind of help you what you need to know. Always say thank you one more time, and I will just forget this card and move on to the next person in line. Okay, I'm pulling your extra card, and your extra card is this. You have to become that fertile soil where you will plant the growth you want. If I could say it any better, I don't know how. You have to remember that this is all the stuff you threw away that went into your compost pile. It finally became that life giving nutrient dirt that is now going to serve you as that fertilizer to not only enhance your life, to be that which you will fertily plant in your own ground for a change. So, just like the buds cards, you not only get to be the buds, you get to be the seed that goes into the ground, and you get to choose where that growth goes. So grow the way you want to grow for a change, and stop listening to everybody outside influences. Your dirt is ready and fertile, ready for new plant life, ready for new growth whenever you're ready for it. So you just say basically, I'm ready for growth. And not only do that, plant that seed, but that bud eventually come to fruition where it is out there in the leaves, accomplishing that goal once again. Because it will be something, maybe you've been doing it a little bit the hard path long enough because you've realized that I need to fix something that's a little bit more laid back right now because I'm starting to lose the energies because life is going to happen. We all get older at some point, and that's basically my reading for you there today. Okay, Sancho, who's up next? Sancho, who's next? Let me do a cleansing shuffle. Remember today, guys, I am doing this for donations. Please, if you can have the wherewithal to donate to me this day for your reading today, please do it in the chat that I've already done that in. And yeah, I will take a stretch here. So I'm just gonna do that here in just a moment. So I'm gonna take a quick stretch bathroom break real quick. So make sure when I come back, I know who's next in line. Okay, Santos. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, thank you very much. I am back here. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, the key. How you get to see silly Josh? My cat just opened up the door for me, even though I didn't want to have the air conditioner blowing at me and whirling at me anymore. Not for a while, at least. Okay, so I have to use my cane. Oh no. There should be thought using that more often. So I'm back, guys. Okay, El Sancho's how many do we have on the list so far? What number are we up to here? And who I need to start knowing who's in what order here. So who's next in line? That's what I need to know right now. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, there are. Wait. All right, stop talking. And so we got Harry. Okay, give me a second. Christine, I'm just writing down the names here. Christine, stop typing, guys. Mary, Ruby. Damn it. God damn it. I said stop typing, guys. You keep moving my list up and I can't copy it that fast. Now I've lost my place in line on top of it. Please don't type anything in chat. Page. Okay, there we go. We've got everybody. Okay, at this time, I am now going to officially close the queue. I'll give it a little bit longer. Take about 3 more names, okay? There, Sancho. So 3 more people, whoever gets in on the list, okay? Take those last 3 names because we've got quite a list here, guys. So I'll take 3 more people after that. Just put them on the queue. Let them know where the position in line they are at, and I will get to everyone as quickly as I can. I'm gonna take those, those breaks. I'm never not gonna take the time to not shuffle my deck for you the way you want it shuffled, and I'm always gonna try to concentrate on you. So I ask everyone else to stay in chat when I call out your name, now that I know which person is in order now. So we have Harry in the house. Okay, so please no more typing. Because I would really like to concentrate on the person's reading in line. I don't mind a little bit of chitter chatter, but if I tell you guys to settle down or something, just stop chatting for a while, because I'm actually trying to keep up with what Harry wants for his reading. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I worked very hard on that cover. Yep, I know. I'm trying to find out what kind of a reading he needs. A past, present, future reading or a 5-card reading. Does you want a past, present, future? What's your pleasure there? Oh, man. Well, I get something else out here, guys. I'll give them to the time I'm done doing what I'm doing here. Before I... Okay. 1.5 shuffles and 4 cards, please. Okay, are you... That doesn't make any sense. I don't have 1.5 shuffle. 1.5 shuffles. And 4 cards, please. I can do 3 shuffles, or I can do 2 shuffles. Which one do you want? 3 or 2? And what do you qualify as a half a shuffle, by the way? I've never been able to half a shuffle anything. What am I supposed to do? Cut my deck in half? Nope, then no one else can have a reading today. So, Okay, no worries. Thank you for letting me know. Just give me one more moment here. Yep, I understand, guys. So we got the past, present, future reading, and we have the two shuffles, and then start picking a number 1 through 52 as I'm shuffling here. 1, 2, and that's where the answers from which you seek are in my deck. So think of a number 1 through 52. Take your time to really think about your question before giving me that number. And when you're ready, just tell me in chat, please. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. I went 3 cards, 2 forward. Okay, I got it though. So I got your past, present, and future here. Now your destiny card would be the next one that was in the deck anyway. So I almost screwed up. I caught it before I was too far out of control. That would be your destiny card. And yeah, okay. So here's your reading, my friend. So you have been realizing that you have been kind of feeling trapped lately, Harry. And what you have been doing is you've been sitting in one place far too long, getting way too comfortable. So comfortable, in fact, you didn't realize that the cold outside was creeping in inside of who you were, and it was starting to block you in, unable to move, unable to go anywhere because you think you are trapped. You are not trapped, my friend. You've always had the golden hammer that you have been able to pull out of your pocket the whole time. This hammer not only has the effect to heat things up as you hammer it and believe in yourself more, it helps the light shine brighter and brighter, which not only melts the water from the outside, it warms it for the inside as well. So by the time you're ready to melt that tippy top, you have not only created one of the best spas of the world, but you have also created the greatest hot tub in the world. So you get to turn your ice into a functional way within your life once more. So it's definitely time for you to start considering one of those things within what you are doing on your day-to-day, everyday basis. You know, that you can start to really know within your heart that you no longer need to be trapped by your past any longer. You have to crack yourself and break yourself free from it. So it can now start to melt honestly on its own in its own time, and then it will become the water of life once again. And when it returns back to you as that life giving nutrient rain once more, you will be able to not only continue the cycle of love, but you will be able to be embraced by that cycle once more. So take that back in for what it's worth there, because it's definitely time for you to start taking into consideration that maybe there's something new out there you have yet to try that you've always been fascinated by, but you just never thought you would want to go back to the beginning of anything. Well, maybe this is your last chance to do that. If you could do anything else for the rest of your life just to have that experience, to learn something new again, to bring your life a little bit more focused for a change, if you could do anything and become the student again, but you had to become the student and not the teacher. Because maybe there's something in that. Maybe that revitalizes the who, what's, where's, and why's of who you are. Maybe you finally get along with all of that stuff. But definitely become the student of life once again. And ask for your future cards. I don't know if you are in a relationship or not right now, but maybe it's about you becoming a father once again. Maybe a father to a group of kids. Maybe there's a father figure in your life who is speaking out to you from your future here, because you have to hear the call of that wild to return home to be a part of that pack where you can share your emotions in a healthy way together, where we all howl at the moon from time to time, but at the risk of saying to ourselves, that's not a bad thing to do. We do it with everybody. That way, we all feel like we can open up together and we don't have to hide behind anything that's bothering us anymore. We can just talk about it. So now I'm going to rejoin my pack, and I might not need to be the leader. I might not need to be the follower. All I have to do is just be a part of. And that might be just enough for me for now. Whatever aspect you think you need to be in this family, that is what I want you to go chase and dream. Maybe this is all about what your journey is telling you as well. Now we get to the destiny card. And your destiny card is saying this. All right. This is what you have learned up to this point. You've created this beautiful, grand elder tree who has been through the experiences of everything he thinks it could possibly have gone through. It has gone through the test of time. It has made it through the worst of the worst, the happiest of the happiest it's seen life, death, and rebirth so many times. It does not only believe in reincarnation, it can't wait to not be a tree again. So, when people talk about that eternal life, how about this one for a mind bender? What if that eternal life is a tree? Because that would be an eternity to us. A tree that could live and survive to be something this old and this grand. So remember, you have to remember that even if you become this old tree full of a lot of wonderful experiences, if you don't allow those leaves to fall every once in a while and fall to the ground, so have that new room for growth once again, you die. So remember that, guys. Just to live your life, even though you think you know it all, even though I think I sit here every day and I think I know it all, I constantly am teaching myself something every single day because I know that that's the only way I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Today, something worked better than the last day. Something yesterday worked definitely great today. Did I accomplish my goals? Did I spend it with some good people? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, give me a second here. It's time for a drink of coffee. I want you to close the queue as of this time, though, there, Sancho. So whoever's in line as of right now, that is your last and final call for it. Sancho has the end of the list. The last person who just asked for a reading is the last person in line. So we are closed, guys. That is going to take us up for quite a long time, that list. And I know that there might be a couple of people he added while we were having that reading. So just to give me some, to just be able to give everyone their just time. And if I feel like I want to keep continuing on, I'll say, okay, I'll take one more, after that point. But I want to get through the list I have in front of me first, guys. Thank you very much. Al can definitely be added to the list if she wasn't already added. Because I know she was in here and she's been a regular for me a while now. I don't mind adding her to the list. So, Christine, here we've got something written from you. I feel like I need to accept my destiny. So, well, you will be my last one, though, okay? So, no one else after her, okay? All right, and then as far as everybody in the chat goes, when I'm starting to do my reading for someone like Christine here, who has been waiting patiently in line, it's time to just give her time to be able to get the reading that. Okay, so I know that that we have here next. Christine is you next. Then we had Mary, Ruby, and Paige still on my list. So it was filling up enough for me when we were getting too far into the time where I thought even if I could get through all of these by 10 o'clock, it would be a grind to get through them all. And I really don't want to be a person who's looking at the clock all the time. I want to give myself enough time to get through everything that I've already said I could do. So thank you very much for my moderator, Sancho's helping me kind of moderate the name list. and let people know that right now I am doing this for donations. I've seen a couple of them coming out already, guys. I truly do appreciate that. But let me drop my donation links in the chat. Remember, I am doing these readings completely full tilt kitty, a part of the cannabis scene here in Minnesota, celebrating not only the signing of the dotted line that we are now a legal cannabis state where I can use my medicine recreationally any way I want to use it. I am now doing something 100% legal on camera. No one can come and get me for that now because I'm a legal state now. So, taking a little bit of a green break here, and then we're going to get to the next one in line. Okay, Christine? So, decide what kind of a reading you would like today, young lady. What kind of a reading would it be? This one's for all the people out there who don't have the ability to smoke any right now. That poor person who just got paid and is fighting for that last $10 just to have one little joint this month. This is for the poor guy, man. I smoke this in your honor. Let's see if I can pull up some music for us for a nice little chill break. You want Celine Dion, huh? I don't know about that. Well, it's not going to get me the most strikes right now. I'll just go back to my YouTube. Here we get to hear my show opening for 5 whole seconds. It's a new show. That will be returning in September. I want to get some investigations under my belt before I do anything. Oh, that's right. I went on a honey badger of a reading. Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna take a nice break. Commercial break. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and this is your thought moment. So for all those yet in line, and for all those who still remain, imagine this: that you wake up tomorrow and realize that today will be your last and final day. Would it be lying in bed with your partner, telling each how much you love one another? To ask for that forgiveness? Would it be about you setting right in your mind to everything you could possibly do to be happy? You could do what it took to live the best life once you chose to be that, to play the greatest choose your own adventure game, to play the guys, experience. Chose this experience because this is what our soul cried out for. Understand and need. When we've ever uttered the words, I wish I could understand how that person can live like, well, maybe the next life, that's what you do. Because you want to understand, when you understand it truly, is to live through it and die through it and be a part of the journey that you are now creating. So my one sage advice for you today, no matter what I told you here today, remember the future is always in your own hands. That you have the right responsibility to live the life you want to live. So go make the best day ever starting today by simply saying that today will be the day ever. All right, that was brought to you in part by the Unbroken Prophet, Gummy Energy Drinks, by sponsors at Parapost Network, by 1-2 Ghost Team, the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. I have just joined the team as of yesterday. So, and I am the Unknown Prophet, reading tarot readings, mediumship, and also just giving you some safe advice here today. Getting back to the readings at hand, we have Christine in the chat. She's waiting long enough for my lazy ass to get to work here. So, past, present, future is what she has said. So, we're going to get back to Christine here. Just going to take that. So, meet and potatoes kind of, yeah. Okay, young lady. So, you just think you wanted a past, present, future reading? You said three cards, three shuffles, and another three. So three. You got it. Okay. Do you want this card to fall or not? Too late. It fell for you. What? Okay. Special message. Two, three. Three card, three. And the special message after the third card, one, two, and the third card is past, present, future. This is how and why you need to let it go. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. The movie. I'll let you just. I think I'll let you. All right. So here's your reading there today. Let fate decide. All right. So what have you been kind of working on right now, Christine? You've been kind of contemplating all these beautiful choices you have made up to this point that do serve you very well. But it's time to start sharing this thing that you have come to know so well with others to fulfill the other side of the coin, to become that which once inspired you, now become that which inspires. That becomes which will add that joy and happiness to others and still bring you joy for doing such a thing as well. It is time to start adding and giving that knowledge you have. Just a tiny bit of good advice every day is a seed of hope in somebody that they can choose to plant into what we every day. So be that seed that can be there that for it. So they took in today that message you had to tell them that brought them that hope that they could break past their own things going on with themselves. And you were the one who inspired them to go there a better person. That's the message ever receive. Because when you see that joyful person suddenly be the person they were meant to be all along, you never see them not smiling. What you do is contemplate here in the present. Are you trying to run away from everything, or are you trying to run towards everything? And where in the hell do you have to run? You have my hard path. The hard path is the getting to your goal as quickly as possible. But when you eventually get there, you have to take that nice long break afterwards. Well, if you're running a marathon, you have to go back. You have to go back to your place where you can sit down, you can have that water, you can have that towel, you can get back that composure and recoup that energy which you have just expended because you just expended everything you had to be in. But if you don't take the nice long break afterwards, that keeps you more grounded and centered, giving you and letting you not only get the recipe, but still get the satisfaction of what you just accomplished. That's what the hard path is all about. When you do this long enough, has this path been something you feel like you've been on for all of your life? Or maybe it's time to choose a different path. I don't know what that is. Card is basically doing. That you have to be like the fan that takes the ebbs and flows into their own hands. You get to decide what kind of a fan you are adding, fan you are adding to the fire of your own making. Are you starting the fire for the first time? Do you realize like happy breeze that kind of gets the spark up and going before you can add more little bits of wispier energy, a little bit more focus, control energy? Both. Localized before you realize it doesn't need anything any longer. And you get down the fan card and you sit there and you just enjoy what you need. What is this reading all about? Why is it something that you need to start to do? Because you're so frozen in place, so stuck in the ice, that you become ultra defensively. That you are starting to think that you have to protect yourself from everyone and everything. That you are locked up inside of this cage and you don't know how to break free up. Well, you have a leg something onto you, and then when you lost, when it starts to you start to let you melt on that. The sun is going to pour down on you to melt you naturally. The positivity you bring upon yourself, that beautiful light you take from that sun source, that belief in yourself, that belief in what your power is. It's time for you to be being so defensive or letting yourself be guarded right now. It's time to break free of those patterns that are locking you in place from doing what you don't have to do. Because this is the card that popped out for you, okay? And this is what they were trying to tell you to release that anger. This is a guys. Just like a lot of things in life, we have to go through things. Even though we aren't grieving something that we think needs to be grieved. For example, my last relationship didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I did something important to me in my life. But I finally got it that this one was never going to love me no matter what I did, no matter what I said, no matter how hard I tried. I felt like I was going to burst into a thousand pieces. And I said to myself, ooh, what was it? So here's what I need to do today. I need to go find a alcohol place somewhere in your house. And I want you to write on it five things you're angry about, the way your life is going right now. Go to a place where you can smash it to smithereens. Make sure you're wearing your appropriate high there. Make sure it's not going to places that's not going to be safe for somebody to do it. Or at least smash it to a place where you can at least break the place and then maybe start to hammer it away as you want whenever you're angry about it. There's definitely time for you to start letting that out. That's breaking this ice, my lady. That's breaking this ice. It's letting that out onto that ice, and you are now chipping away with all of that away because you desperately want to start to, because you want to be that. You're tired of taking that hard path because you want to be more in control of the own thing that you have in your life. That ebbs and flows. That is your reading today, there, young lady. And thank you. I've seen a couple of tips coming in, guys. Really do appreciate it, especially it does takes a little bit of money out of it when you're doing it to pick up, but I don't care how I get it today. I'll want it back into my bank account. So thank you guys for being so part of it today. I really, 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 really want to say thank you guys. You guys are going to help me get your paper right now. I really screwed up, and I can't believe I did that. How did I do this? Well, I'm going to have to only see why I'm making that donation. But okay, I think I talked enough now. Well, I did thank you very much. I appreciate you all your kindness, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Who's next there, El Santos? Okay, give me a second. All right, we're gonna taking that off here. That should make it a little bit better for you to hear, guys. So, Christine, I hope that brought you something today. I really do. I kind of feel like it's what you needed to hear. So, Mary is next. Mary is still in the chat. Are you still here? Thanks for letting me know. That's going once for Mary. Going twice for Mary. Mary from YouTube. Your last and final call from Mary. Last and final call, if you please. Ruby calling once. Ruby calling once. Ruby, it is now your turn. You are next in line. Hop on in. What kind of a reading do you want today? And Ruby, please let me know that you're here. Ruby going twice. Ruby. Ruby going 3 times. Ruby going 3 times. Paige. Paige going once. Paige. Paige. Calling Paige once. Or was sorry, Ace? Was it Ace? Was it A El Santos? Sorry about that. Ace. Ace going once. We'll get back to Paige after Ace then. So it's Ace then Paige, right? Well, she wasn't responding anyway, too. So, all right, you're gonna be next in line there, Paige, after Ace. Okay, you're Ace. All right, nice to meet you there, Ace. Welcome on in. Thank you. What kind of a reading would you like today, there, Ace? Would you like a past, present, future reading, or would you like a 5-card journey layout reading? And if anybody needs me to explain that again, please let me know, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to assume you know what that means here. Yep. Please remain in chat, guys, especially when you hear that you're going to be the next in line. So Ace can get the reading they get, so you can get the reading you deserve, so the next person can get the reading they deserve. So past, present, future, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you 1 through 10 while I do a cleansing shuffle real quick here from the last reading, just to give it a nice little fresh cleansing here. So that I always do this after every reading, even before, but you pick the number of how many times I shuffle now for you. So the shuffle is now in your hands. Three times? All right, shuffle 3 times. 1. Okay, I guess it's meant to be. 2. 3. We'll make that the destiny card, whatever it was. All right, so now, how many times would you like me to count out? I want you to think about a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck, guys. And remember, I am still kind of toasty here. Remember, this is a 420 tarot reading stream. We're doing 420 tarot readings for donations today because I am trying to not make up the last $100 I need to put into my bank account so that I can be able to pay rent today. And from what I've been hearing, things go dingy, dingy, dingy over here. Sounds like people are doing that. And I just want to say thank you one more time, guys. If you guys missed the donation link after married, I will drop that in the chat here. But she's telling what kind of number she wants for her reading. So 33 cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and the 33rd card is where we're going to go for you today. And let's see what they have to tell you today. All right, there we go. Yeah. And what was this all about then? Oh, that's why you kept popping out at me. Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. All right. So, okay, I don't normally do this one first, but I kind of feel like it has to come first in order for you to get the full message here, there. All right. So, here we go, young Ace. So, I normally reveal your destiny card last, but because this was the card that popped out at me, and when it turned over, I basically knew this is the card that had to be told to you first. So here we go. This is your reading here, there, Ace. You have my ancient card. So those ancient angels, those higher powers, those things that you believe in the most in this world, those deities of power, everything out there is basically saying to you this: hey, if there was ever a time for you to pay attention to what we are trying to tell you, please pay attention now, because what we are about to throw your way may change your life forever. They are telling you we are ready to share this information as long as you are willing to hear it. The ancient knowledge that is coming to you right now, that one inner voice that you have in your head telling you what you really want to be doing with your life, that's not telling you to do the bad icky things you don't want to do, or things that are going to be wrong in this world. You get to choose your own destiny, but they still are screaming at you, hey, we've been trying to give you this message for a long time. Pay attention. Okay, so I guess they're kind of saying pay attention to the reading a tiny bit. Okay, so bear with me. So in your past, you've kind of been frozen in fear. You haven't been so locked up in fear that you couldn't have lifted your leg out of that small little bit of light thinned ice surrounding your boot because it's just that cold outside today. You know, the world doesn't ever get hot and cold from time to time, depending on what region of world you live in. But there are those moments where it's cooler than it used to be or warmer than it used to be, even in areas where it's very differential from one another, you know. So it's all about you deciding to stamp your feet to the ground and say, no, I'm not going to let myself being locked up by this stupid, silly fear of not being able to say I'm worthy of for a change, instead of do you accept me, just am I worthy of being in your immediate residing circle. So stop being frozen in place, basically, and moving forward. This is going to be something you have to start working on from that past. So there's something from your past you have to start moving past that kind of keeps you frozen in fear, like you're afraid you're going to disappoint somebody. Well, are you living their life or are you living your life? They're going to love you no matter what. If they're your true friend, they're going to love you unconditionally. They're going to love you no matter what. They're not going to put conditions on love, you know. So, what's going on presently? It's all about you bringing to the surface that which you've been hiding underneath all this time. It's time for you to take the mask off and say, I don't need this to protect me anymore. I need to set this mask down. And in fact, I need to crumble it because it's so paper thin when it comes off of us. We didn't realize how thin of a veil we were showing them in the first place. So just that tiny little bit we were holding back from people in the first place wasn't that very thick in the first place. So it's all about you coming together and being able to share more of yourself with the world so they can see beyond what you put on this show for. They can see the true who you are. So you can truly begin to do that acceptance in which you seek the most. You must accept yourself first. I am this person. I will not apologize for being this person. This is what makes me happy. This is what is driving me. Am I hurting anybody? No. Am I doing anything on purpose to hurt anybody? No. Am I trying to just live the best, happiest life I can? Hell yes, I am. Well, if you've said any of those things, you know you've got your answer there. Okay? You want to take a drink here real quick? All right. But now, what is coming for you in your future? Thank you. And remind me to take a drink every once in a while, Sancho, because, when I get crackly, I look over and you go, hey, take a drink. Okay? But it's definitely time for you to start to consider maybe you need to take an easier path for a change. Okay? Maybe you have been laid back far too long and you've been taking the far too laid back approach for it. I kind of feel like in this consistent point here, you've been kind of lagging behind in your own dream, your own goals. And you want to be able to go moving forward, but you just refuse to say to yourself, maybe I've been on the small obtainable goals long enough. Maybe I need a challenge for a change. Maybe I need to overcome some obstacles to just kind of feel like I really, really worked for it. Maybe that's not what I want at all. But you have to kind of decide if this easy path that you seem to be going down right now has been serving you any purpose. And are you changing on it still? Are you growing on it still? Or have you become stagnant and kind of locked in place with it? And now you have to bring that new boot up out of the ground that's been frozen too long to come to that surface. So now people can get a better idea of the true you because they're only seeing part of who you are, not the whole view of who you are, because you're still kind of stuck in the muck. That is coming from direct from your source of power. That's direct and coming from the people and places from your sacred ancient knowledge, kind of coming for you today. Do you want me to add in an extra card for the future, that easy path that I was telling you about? Do you want me to add in that extra card that tells you a little bit more information about that there? If you do, say yes. Otherwise, say thank you, and I will move on to the next person in line. Yes, please. Okay. Oh, okay. So, what is the easier path to take? Get the big picture. I want you to just take a step back from yourself for a second and really compare yourself to the worst possible situation you could ever be in your life. And ask yourself, if I was that person, could I look at my life and go, wow, I wish she had what she had, and be okay with where I'm at? So I want you to take a nice long look at the picture in which you have created within yourself now, because it's all about you adding the flourishes to that picture. You've brought to surface the true you. You've taken off the mask, but now it's time to start adding that, letting people see that genuine personality, that genuine beautiful soul that you are. They're just uncovering the dirt and the circles of the panes of glass, such if you should choose so, or you're clearing off the glass to make sure the light shines through just a little bit more every little day. So people get the big picture of who you are. The more people know about the inner and outer you, they will make a better choice and decision about what they are going to choose to share with you or not. As long as they are willing to do the same, then that is a true friendship. If they're not willing to do the same, then please go back and appropriately reevaluate how much you are giving them in return. You know, so it's all about, you just kind of have to stop. Basically, you have to stop putzing around, or it's time to get off the piss or get off the pot. Break your little unmoving ass forward a little bit here. We need to get going here. Either start taking some of those steps forward, obtaining your goals, or whack, we're going to whap you with the cosmic 2x4 here. That's basically what I felt like he was saying for you. Trust me, you don't want the cosmic 2x4. You really, really don't want the cosmic 2x4. You think it's bad when you sit down in front of a different reader and then suddenly someone says a phrase like that to you and you think about that for a second. If my God could hit me over the head with a 2x4, how bad would that hurt? Or would it hurt? or when is it coming? And this invisible force is suddenly going to go upside your head, when, and then you're going to look at, you're going to go, that was it. That was my 2x4. All right, who's next in line there, Sanchos? Sanchez, who's next? I'm going to start doing a cleansing ritual here while Sanchez gets back to telling me who's up next here. He's keeping track for me, so. Page B. All right, Paige, you are up here. It's your turn, Paige. And then I think it was IG something ish from my Facebook family. Featherstone. Yeah, I know it's Featherstone. She's the last one. Paige, going once. Page B. Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Did you make sure to pick up yourself again before you're ready? Okay, future 4 card shuffles. I just saw you say before that. So, okay, got you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck page. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And the 27th card is where your answer is in my decky. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay, we're going to have some talking to do here. Definitely. Oh. Mm-hmm. All right, my friend. Okay. I'm going to have a quick little Toki break before I get into your reading there. All right, here is your reading there today, Paige. So, Paige, I know you're a giving person. I know you love to do this for other people all of the time, but it is definitely time for you to stop giving so much to everybody else. It's time to give back to Paige. Paige needs a Paige day so bad, I can't even begin to tell you how badly you need a day of pampering yourself, of giving yourself a reward for all that which you have accomplished. You have done enough in your past to have a full box ready to not only fill back up your donation box, but you still have time and patience and beautiful soul to be able to give that which is going forward of yourself. Remember, the more positive change you pick up, the more money you give back to yourself in that box, the more you will have to spend going forward. So make sure your donation box is full before you spend it. so that you can do yourself justice once again. So recognize that you've done enough paying for your dues now. It's time to start giving back now to yourself, because it is time for you to start spreading those seeds that you want to start putting in that fertile new ground. That fertile new ground is out there for you to start planting this new growth in which you want to start to accomplish. To always be a part of the whole, but have your own destiny, goals, and dreams once again. It's definitely time for you to start taking on that wonderful journey of saying, I am giving that little bit more of myself to all those people who know me so that I can watch that grow in their fertile ground. Now, do I become the tree that they want to take care of, protect? Do I want to be the kind of tree that they just, let grow naturally and run wild how I will run wild? Or are they going to take, care of me and prune me to make sure I grow up to be a nice, solid, beautiful tree that one day will provide, life-giving nutrient, uh, peanuts or whatever kind of nut of choice you can think of it in your head. Okay, you're a regional you're a regional nut that grows very well where it grows. Okay, here would be like chestnuts or something, you know. So, and just think about how you're putting your message out there into the world, because it is definitely time for you to get off of your butt and stop walking that little bit of the time and a little bit of a time kind of mentality. Now you need to get into that car of life where you have control of the wheel. You have control of how fast or slow you go. You've got your snacks, you've got your buddies, you've got the drink of choice, you've got the music of choice, you've got that beautiful day that you've always wanted to drive into. Your goals are right there at the end of this road. It's time to kind of pick up now and go where you need to go. But it's time to drive there. Stop putzing around waiting for this thing to happen to you. Let's get in the car. We're still going to go at our pace. We still have to obey the laws of the land, but we have to really be there. Uh, that is what you have to kind of realize now it's time to drive. What is your destiny card telling you though? It's time for you to realize that in this dark mirror that you think you have been facing all of this negative, all of this time, you think you are the darkness? No, my friend, you are not the darkness. You are the light in the darkness. So turn yourself back around to seeing only that light and let the darkness fall behind you as the shadow that is only going to be a part of you when you stand walking towards the light. That shadow will always follow you and be a part of you, but now you are facing in a more positive direction rather than into the shadow and into the darkness once more. So it's time to start thinking about all that introspective stuff that you've been doing up to this point. Realize that you are the beautiful soul you want to be. You just have to turn yourself back around to the ways of the light. And I mean energetically and metaphysically as well. Just kind of take that back into your heart a little bit and remember that you are the brilliant light, not the darkness. And that is your reading, my friend. Let me do a cleansing shuffle. Then let me take in Smalley Toki. And then we'll get on to the next person after I take a drink of coffee and have a Toki. Then you can tell me who's up next. If you just came in, you're too late. I've closed the queue now. I don't know who's next. Is that Sancho? Is that who's next? Yeah, well, I'm not going to misuse people's information. I'll let the people of choice that they're. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to send the thank yous for all of these people who are donating right now. Thank you so much, guys. You are making my day right now. I might add more readings on, so stay in chat if I feel like. Okay, boss bitch is next. Okay, so all right, young lady, 3 card shuffles. Future reading 3 times. You want me to shuffle 3 times? Got for ya. Okay, oopsie. All right, 1. 2. 3. Now, pick a number 1 through 52, boss, and that is where your answer is in my deck. I'm going to drop those donation links one more time for you guys here. If you like what I've said, if I've given you some kind of thing to think about today, if I've helped you in any small way, shape, or form, and you have the extra dollars to spend, I really don't want you to spend money you don't have. So please spend appropriately for you. But here is, again, my donation links in case anybody need that. We are going for a reading with a boss right now. So I just waiting for her to tell me her number 1 through 52. And we'll go from there. I think she said 20. Okay, she said 20. So give me a second. I just saw what you said. 20. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the 20th card is where our answer is in our deck. I'm feeling the energy, guys. Thank you. I'm feeling your energetic love too. Just sending me that little bit of energy to keep going and giving good readings. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Oh, I see what it is. All right, let's go here. All right, here we go. Here is your reading there, boss. So, in the past, what you've been kind of been doing here is you've been kind of at war with yourself. There's been two different aspects of who you want to be in your world. And you think that you have been at war with this person your whole life. What you have yet to realize is that you didn't need to pick up the sword in the first place. You could have dropped your swords and hugged your opponent and said, hey, I might not like you, but I'm going to love you anyway. Those bad, icky parts of myself that keeps fighting against the things I are. Maybe if I become friends with you, I can show you the ways of the light and you will be no more an icky feeling any longer. So it's time to put down those swords and hug that opponent of yours and say, okay, pardon me, and say to yourself, hey, it's time for me to move past that, hug my opponent and say, I love you. That way I'm honoring the past, but I'm going to start moving forward because I can't do this to myself any longer. Pardon me, I apologize. Coffee's coming up a little bit belchy there. I'm trying not to be very rude on camera here. So it's all about you doing one thing there now in the present, though. Those little fires that you kind of left burning out there in the world, those little passionate projects that you might have had going on there, that you've kind of left people hanging, or maybe you've left people wondering if we're ever going to do something. Maybe it's time to let them know finally that they can move on without you, that you don't have to keep them waiting for an answer anymore. Right now is just your time to start extinguishing all of those old flames that aren't really making you feel any better, making anybody any better. But if they're waiting on you, it's time to say, let them go. Let them go on their journey because they can't wait on you any longer, because that's how they're going to stuff out their own dreams. So when you're ready, to add that fire back onto their flame, well, then you can be a part of them once again. But until you're willing to add one thing at a time approach to life, because you're taking on way too many responsibilities, it's time for you to extinguish out the ones that are no longer serving you any purpose and start to work on the ones that are right in front of you. Because if you don't, you're going to start to build up this kind of guilt and resentment about it, because you feel like you're going to feel like people owe you in some way because you've been this wonderful person up to this point, even within yourself, even coming to that point where you feel like you're starting to succeed at your goals, but people seem to be falling away from you. Well, you know what happens to the people who fall away from you? They're not the people you need to worry about anymore. That just means that their journey has ended with you at this time. Maybe somewhere in the future we get to be a part of each other's journey again. That's not a resentment. That's not something you should take personal. Sometimes life just happens. But you have to stop feeling guilty for every last little thing that goes wrong. You just have to take it like this. I get to be the one who is melting this guilt away. That I am now going to start to shine as brightly as I can to prove to myself that I am worthy of the things I need to know I have. Because I think what your real fear is, you're guilty of the success you are about to have. And you're afraid that people are going to see that person and then they're going to change and you're not going to want them in your life anymore. Well, maybe that's what needs to happen. But it's all about one thing there for you, okay? It's all about you working on that inner side within your oak tree. Now, we all get to a certain maturity level within ourselves where it's time to look at all the old bad patterns or nice, comfortable, wonderful chairs we like to sit on within ourselves all of this life. And we have to kind of realize that this thing gives me a backache, though. After all this time, I need to replace this couch. But I need to take away my negative fears that I can't do this. I need to replace it with the new, beautiful, wonderful computer chair that not only supports my back but massages me and gives me nice warm squishy feelings inside. It's time for you to start to decide what kind of things you want to bring in your life again and really be picky about what kind of furniture is going to suit you the best. That means maybe letting people know and understand you a tiny bit more, because you are going to be, if you're going to have furniture, well, then you're only doing that to give people or things to come look upon that you have done your life in a constructive way. And that's all they really want to see, is you doing something in a more mature, constructive way for a change. That is your reading there today, boss. Thank you so very much for your kind donations, guys. I actually appreciate that. You're making my heart glow really, really good right now. And I'm not one normally who would ask for money. So, just hearing the things go off dingy, 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 dingy all the time. Every time I hear one, I want to cry a little happy tear. So, thank you very much. These are happy tears. Trust me, happy tears indeed. So, I really, really want to say thank you really a lot. It really, truly means a lot to me. And Santos has been keeping track for me. I'm gonna have to give you some kind of a moderator status somewhere in one of my channels, because man, you deserved it after today. Oh, I appreciate it. You're very welcome, by the way. I hope I am helping people. That is what I'm trying to do when I'm giving these readings. Hopefully that whatever, no matter what I've told you here today, if I've done nothing else but go think about what I said and say, hey, this fit for me, or hey, that didn't fit for me, and you've actually thought about anything I've said today, and it kind of changes you to live a more positive life, then I've done my job. But if you take it back with yourself and you start to believe in that maybe some of the things I said were true today and it kind of hit home, well, they hit home for a reason. Maybe that was the universe saying, hey, here's your slap in the, here's your 2x4 now. I'm the 2x4. Mwaha, mwaha. 2x4 of the universe. Yeah, I hope you're all laughing a little bit there. Dad jokes, yeah. Dad jokes. And I'm not a dad, so I can't claim dad jokes. I'll just declare grumpy old man jokes. I'm a grump sometimes. So, just going to take a nice little hit for you guys, the last one I can get for today, because I think I am almost out of the green in here. So, that was it, folks. That was the last of the green. Everything we have now is just tobacco. So, that is the last toke of the stream. Last toke of the stream. Yeah, that should do it. Now I'm just going back to having a nice little And happy Pride Month to all who celebrate. I'm a proud bisexual man. My wife is a proud bisexual woman. We married one another because we fell in love with each other's soul. We didn't care if we were male or female. If I had turned out to be a woman, we would have fell in love. If she had turned out to be a man, we would have fell in love. It didn't matter. We found each other's true soulmate. We didn't fall in love with the body. We fell in love with the soul. And that's what I married. I married her soul. So you want to talk about commitment. There you go. Marry someone's soul. Combine your soul with that which you are willing to risk yourself. I'm refilling my coffee. Giving myself the rest of this thing, the rest of this stuff here, to sweeten it back up. Yeah. If we had to add any more, we'll add some from the biggie. Coffee dust everywhere. Dust. Oh, get off me. It feels like ants. Okay. I gotta do one thing since I got you all here. This one's completely free. This one's call for you. I'm gonna do my classic moment of silly and my classic moment of a 10 Spring King moment. And then we'll go back to the last and final readings here, because I believe that was what's her name? I have to go back and see what was after. Who was after Boss? I think it was Al. Yeah, it was Al Featherstone. Al Featherstone. I think you're the last person here. Al Featherstone is the last person who's in line. Yep, she's here. See, she was the last one in line because I told you to go ahead and let her in and she would be the last one. So she is my last and final reading, folks. I might open it up to one at a time depending on kind of the thing. Maybe I will have to have a special one-of-a-kind private reading on my Discord channel for you, for the person who wants to donate the most amount of money to my Cash App. So if you guys want to have a contest or something like that, or I think you guys have been giving enough, and whatever you donate for after your tarot reading to show me that love today, because I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I'm only joking slightly about the other thing. Hey, it can't hurt to ask, right? Once in a while. We could do that, a private reading contest, if you guys would like to do that. And I'm going to put my Discord in that chat here. Should be in here. Give me a second where I get to it. Let me check on my package too while I'm in here. Okay, it is out for delivery. My overhead camera is on its way to my home. Yay, finally. All right, now, better be after all this crap. I ordered that. That was one of the things I ordered extra that I told one of my fans who bought it for me a couple months ago that I was getting that for him because he had been patient about when I got paid when bank things were happening to me. So now that it's finally arriving, I can go, we have the overhead camera. That way you can all see the shuffles and stuff like that. So that's going to be going out to my main mod, Jessa. Thank you, Jessa, very much. That goes out to you, buddy. Thank you for all your help, man. I wouldn't be doing as good as I am without you helping me along the way. Appreciate you giving you just the love. That's all. I'm just giving you the love. That's my brother Jessa. We'll just leave it at that because he likes his anonymity and I want to keep him safe. So he knows all that I mean to him, and I know what he's saying is all no, man. I didn't need that. Yeah, he did. So. Give me a second. I'm pulling up my Discord. I promise. Give me a second. I apologize for this. I'm having a. Remember, I am still kind of toasty right now, so I'm getting easily distracted. All right, guys. After Al Featherstone, here's how it's going to work. If we want to have a one-on-one custom tarot reading where it's just you and me, nobody else, tarot reading. And you guys want to have a contest for the highest bidder to have gotten this opportunity. So this will be a one-on-one. As long as you have Discord or the ability to join my Discord on one of these channels, that I will be doing this after this reading. So after Al's reading, I will go in and then I will see who the highest bidder has been up to this point, and Al Sanchez will keep track of that. If you guys want that kind of a contest, we will have that. Otherwise, I will be just having Al's Featherstone, which she is next in line. She's going to have to tell me what kind of a reading she would like today now. And then she is the last person in line, guys. So you let me know. Press 1 now if you want that to happen. Do you want the contest? Press 1. If you don't want the contest to happen, press 0. Past, present, future? Or do you want the destiny card reading there, Featherstone? I know you've been here before, so I know you know what that means. You want the journey layout, or do you want the past, present, future about that? Okay. How many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you? Yes, I am a seeing person. I can see. I just have I'm closing my eyes up and down. That my vision is kind of coming in and out like that because I am stoned as hell right now. So just to repair that mind, this is a one of a kind 420 only stoned as heck tarot reading as well. So that is what we're voting on if we want to have that, please. 3 cards for the young lady though. 1, 2, 3. Now pick a number 1 through 52, and that is where your journey begins. I mean, that's where your answer is. Sorry, not journey. Sorry, answer is. Said the wrong thingy. Oops. $48 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and the 48th card. My deck is your answer, dear. All right, we got the 84th card all ready to rock and roll here, guys. The 48th card, 48th card, I meant. So we're going to rock and roll with your reading here. Just one moment while I put these out for you to know. And just kind of keep in mind that you want to know about love. Okay, let's see how it goes. So you wanted to know more about something with love, right? Because that's your cards are saying love. So, hey, welcome on in, Featherstone. So here's your reading for you today. It's definitely for time for you to stop being so picky about the people that you want in your life. You have to kind of pull yourself away from being so close to the people that you're the closest to actually see who they truly are sometimes. Sometimes you have to distance yourself just a little bit, saying, hey, I just want to get to know you a little bit better. When you're ready to open more about yourself, please, I want to share this experience with you. What are you willing to share with me? Open that dialogue and that communication between those people who are out there in this world trying to help you. You have to start getting that big picture. Look at what you honestly have going on in your life right now. Look at what you actually have. If you're watching this, you have a better life than a guy in a cardboard box who's sleeping through the coldest of winters right now, who is barely surviving because they got that one piece of bread this week that they didn't found in a garbage can that saved their life basically. Because that was the only thing they got to eat today. Think of it like that. You could have a life like that rather than the life you have right now, whatever that is. But you always have that opportunity to become better than you are. So use those intuitions again. Start trusting those intuitions from those past experiences, those past gut feelings, those past instincts that tell you this is the right and wrongs of how I want to live my path now. So get that big picture. Start living your path for yourself. Stop being so resistant against looking at what you actually have right now and going, maybe I have to understand that first. Now you're stuck frozen in fear from something. You're scared about taking the next step in your life, about going forward. You're honestly kind of scared to put yourself out there. Well, how would you like this? Would you like someone to fall in love with the real, true you for a change? Or do you want them to fall in love with another mask, which they will know you've been faking somewhere down the line and leave you because you didn't tell them who you truly were? Let's start working on the one where you start showing people who you truly are first, because you don't need to be frozen in that fear. You can pick up your feet out of this thin ice and start moving forward whenever you are ready to do that. You can do that as fast as you want or as slow as you want. But the point is to start moving out of it, to take one step first and then give that be your test break. If it doesn't work out, at least you have that experience to go, oh, this is what I need to do more of. Now I feel more comfortable sharing, blah, blah, blah. Because our future card is saying it's time to start to share again. It's time to start to share more about myself. The way people make an honest to God decision in this world is they take in all the information in which you have provided them. And they go back into their head and goes, does this make sense for the person who I've just been spending time with and seeing all of these aspects? Do I believe what she's just told me? And then with the more truthful and honest and open you are at, the better they will be able to accept that part of who you are. And then you can add your flourishes to that. Yeah, I am kind of quirky though. Here's my quirky side too. And then here's my blah 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 side, and here's my blah 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 side. But the important part is to share all aspects of who you are as that one individual who's having those experiences, not necessarily being the person who has those experiences done too. So start to share what you want to have openly up in the world. Because what is your destiny card telling you? It's time to start savoring the flavors of life. There's a lot of beautiful choices in front of you, hon. So start taking one and having your nice little taste to see if they're worthy of being that thing that will fulfill you, that will feed you, that will nourish you, that will help your heart heal, that will help you grow beyond what you feel right now for another human being. But you have to have that taste within your mouth first before you can make any kind of choice or decision in the first place. So start when taking those little tastes and flavors of life and going, does this taste appropriate for my life? And if you don't like it, you can move on to the next thing. It's just time to take some risk by maybe going out there and getting that buffet in which you've never sat down and had a buffet before. Let's just take this for example. Okay. I have only been to an Indian buffet twice in my life. I've yet to find a really well done Indian buffet. But I've always dreamt of finding a really good Indian buffet here in Minneapolis, right? Where I can go try a couple of the cuisines so I can actually get a taste of what their culture is like and their flavors are like. Because I'm a foodie at heart. But I got to tell you, it was one of those tastes where I wasn't quite sure I wasn't going to understand what they were trying to get across. So when I tasted some of the things, it said I had a lot of the people who were actual connoisseurs of this flavor were saying, yeah, this isn't the best flavoring of this dish. You know, they were telling me there are better places who do it better out there. So I just learned to savor every flavor of what was going on within my life. So it's time to start taking in that nourishment you need that's going to make you savor the flavors once again, to share that experiences. Because not only are you sharing your little bit of self, that they're going to go, I love this part of Featherstone. This is what I love about them the most. And they're going to get that experience and go, I want some more of that flavor in my life. Okay, I'm ready. But I'm ready to have to be ready to share that with them and break free of these old bad patterns that are keeping you locked in place, because you want to get that big ass new eyed picture there, guys. All right, guys. I'm doing my last and final cleansing shuffle. And a last minute little message for you is, I believe that you have to be the one that is in control of the way your fan is going. Do you want to be the fire that is in front of you to start just that nice little fan to keep that spark going just long enough for the wood and the other things which I've put upon it onto fire, where it will start eating away that much junk I need to get rid of so that I can create the fire of rebirth once again? That's kind of what I think that you have to remember is you want love, but you have to start emulating love. That is our readings for today, guys. What we are doing now, after this point, we're just going to have a nice chat and chill for a little bit. I'm going to have a cigarette, and I'm going to just sit here and chat and chill with you guys for a little bit. No readings for a little bit. Just taking a break from doing tarot readings for a second there. Just getting some tobacco in me, stuff like that. So, if I called your name out a couple of times, then maybe if we weren't here to pay attention, I just skipped you. If I told you to wait and chat and you haven't heard your name 3 times, well, I called you out in order. My moderator Sanchez was keeping track, so. And I just cleared my list off, so this is just me deciding if I want to take your reading or not. And right now, I'm not taking another reading here unless you want a private reading on my Discord channel, which I just dropped in the chat not too long ago, basically saying if you want a private reading, we were going to run a contest from now until 11 o'clock. Whoever donates the most money to my Cash App between now first time I say start, we'll do like a 10-minute timer, guys, because I don't want you, small, bid smart, okay? If you guys want to start outbidding each other that extra dollar and stuff like that, great and fine, but don't get too carried away with it. Or we can, like I said, so I have a one-on-one private meeting with me in my private Discord. So I was thinking about having that kind of a contest, but I was getting the opinion of chat first before that. What deck am I using? I am using the 5-Path Tarot. I made that deck by myself. That is a deck of my own creation. How about a little bit of show and tell for a little bit, guys? So, where does my deck come from, right? I was out in the forest in Robbinsdale, Minnesota. There's a nice little park out there named after Walter Shostkowski, and he has a park kind of named in his little spot there, right? And what I kind of learned in this park was not only did I find the 5 paths, in which I have told you guys about here today, but it's always been about one very special thing, finding all of these elements that were within myself, to find my earth, to find the thing that grounded me the most in my life, the thing that brought me the best foundation where I could start to grow on in my life. And then I thought about what kind of thoughts I wanted to enter into my head every day. I had to start believing today was the best day ever before it was becoming that best day ever. Then I had to add my passions back into my life again. I had to add that fiery beautiful, wonderful, soaking up, I can do it attitude fires to the flame. Because what comes next? Next is now embracing that emotional rain so we can dance around the sacred fire, and the fire is roaring and raging, warming the water up as it's coming down, making it feel like one of the best spring rains we've ever danced in. To have all these elements working together, because now you're carrying that happy, beautiful spirit together as one. Now, the five paths came from this. I was at a point in my life where I was trying to decide what I kind of wanted to do with my life. And I was really, really upset by how life was going up to that point. And I should have listened to what a lot of my friends had said, and because I didn't want to listen to them, because I didn't want to believe what they were telling me, even though that was the truth, which is that the person I was in love with didn't love me back in return. And it was hard for me to get over the fact that they were right and I was wrong. So, and I was deeply in love with someone before I met my wife who did not love me back in return. She never did. She never was going to love me more than just friends. And I took it upon myself to fall in love with her because I was a dopey, you know, foolish boy who thought maybe I could be the kind of guy she would want to be with for the change. So I went out to the forest one day and I was just kind of confused about what I wanted to do next with my life. And I started looking at the forest that was in front of me. So literally right in front of me, as we can go through here, give me a second. We're just going to show these cards off to you real quick here. But this is the cover art. I made all of the cover art. So this is kind of like the official look of the card of what it kind of looks like. This would have been like your outward. Here's welcome to card. That basically tells you this is the 5 card paths tarot by me, Joshua Blissey. I did all of the artwork for it. Some of these are actual paintings that I did in the past combined in graphic art. So that I did all of that work myself. I took every last picture that is in this deck. I have taken a picture for every single representation in which I have told you about today. Everything that I have told you that is in this deck, I've been through every single one of my cards that have been in my deck. So if I pulled out the buds cards for you, I've been in a situation where that had to happen, where I had to find my happy again, where I had to look back at myself and say to myself, I love me. I had to clear out a new foundation. I had to get the big picture. I had to step out of that ice and move myself forward because I was full of more fortitude than just anything. I had to follow my dreams and believe it was going to be okay because I had the change to happen in my life. You know, because I can go on and on and on about my cards here. I was trying to find um, something here, and I think I already screwed that up. But let me go see. Let me go see, because it would be in the newest purse. Nope, I don't think so. Oh, no. Okay, I didn't screw up. Haha. So I'm just kind of showing off the cards now, guys. I'm kind of done with readings for right now. Unless we're going to work on that. Yep, you sure did. I'm just trying to get a couple of these cards together for people to show off some of the artwork in which I've done here. And to show off, kind of explain. Well, you know what? I don't need to do all that. I can actually share my screen with you instead. Let's just do it this way, guys. This is why it's going to be awesome. So, in this picture here, guys, this is how my 5 paths were created, okay? I was basically stuck in the wait path where I was waiting for my answer to actually kind of come to me, you know? I thought the divine powers of what would be would help me in some way, shape, or form find the best possible path for me that would lead me to the place I wanted the most at this time, which was to find my one true love, which I found, which I married, which I have been happily married to 17 years come June 11th. So, so then I came to this path in myself where I had to make a choice. I had looked at my path that I had already been on in life. I had just looked behind me. Well, that was everything that had happened to me up to that point in my life. that it wasn't about the victories and or defeats. Like I say to people when I do the reading, it was all about what I had to do, which was turn around and face my future and stop living in my past mistakes and make better choices going forward. That was my past path, and that's how it was found and created. Then my wait path was what's the path that I got stuck in the first place. I kept waiting for the answers to plop in my lap because they were so I felt that they were so small, that they were so insignificant, that they didn't add up to something that I wasn't paying attention. My wife came in flirting with me 3 months before she finally said something so outrageous. If I didn't get his attention with this, I never will kind of language, you know. So she came up to my window where she was a bus driver. I was the person working behind the counter. She got right in front of me. She said her silly little phrase. Boom. It made me laugh and giggle so much. I handed her one of my palmistry cards because I do palmistry cards too here in real life, but I have to kind of be there for a palmistry reading. I can't really do that online. A tarot reading card I can do. But I was waiting for that answer to come to me, even though it was right in my face the whole time. I kind of felt like I had to earn it a little bit, you know. So I wasn't really believing this was happening. So I kept ignoring it because I was trying to look for that body again, and I didn't see the soul until the soul came up to me and said, "Hey, hi, soulmate." And I was like, "Damn, it's you, isn't it?" you know. So it really did went like that. Or did I need to start taking an easier path? Or is way making small little goals? My wife helped me publish the books that I wrote, and the amount of books I have out there in this world outweigh what I didn't have ever done in my life. Whether people like them or don't like them, that's still a part of me. There's a lot of those libraries that are out there. People who will take that book and read that. And someday, maybe one day, I'll get a call from someone saying, "Hey, I really hated your book," or "I really loved your book." I don't care. I'm waiting for the call of that reaction back from somebody who's going to give me their honest opinion about what they thought of my book. So, and I am kind of slowly hoping that they catch my warning. But getting back to the past, but the easier path would have been for me to make small, obtainable goals to say to myself, you know what, today I got up out of bed, I got and went did a load of laundry today, I did a tarot reading stream, I had a long day yesterday, so I want to recoup the energy I spent from yesterday. What else can I do today that I really have to get done right now? I don't really have to do anything else, so I have to kind of go next and make the easier path by going to get laid down and getting the rest I need. That unseen path was that one thing that I didn't really ever consider before. There was a path where both of these paths, the easy and the hard, did actually merge together to become one path going forward. It went into kind of like a little neighborhood, right? But over in the corner, you could see something like it looked like a dock or something. You couldn't fully see it because you had to walk a couple of houses in to see what you had to see there. And at the end of this dock looked like there was this beautiful, wonderful lake, and I hadn't ever thought about going that direction before. That's what I mean by an unseen path. It was right there in front of my nose the whole time. I've been down this path so many times and been down the easy and the hard path, but I was missing something that was crucial to me understanding the next stage I wanted to take in life, which was not trying to be so hard on myself or so easy on myself. Just go with the flow. See what you can find here. When the opportunity comes along, walk to the end of the dock and get that beautiful thing that you need to see going forward, that goal, and you have accomplished it to be, And that's where that unseen path came from. The home path, well, it was always born within that. If you're going to go on a journey, where are you going to? Are you going to live in your past, or you're going to start walking to your new home where you are going to start to be that whole true you, where you get to decide what foundation you pour down, what walls you put up to keep you safe, what kind of conditional, things did you put on top of your roof that were going to allow things to just slide off of you so they wouldn't do you any kind of harm whatsoever? And then what kind of doors are you welcoming into those people who are welcomed into? And how well are you keeping those open doors or closed doors in your being? So that's what that home path is all about. What you need to bring within yourself or what you need to expel within yourself is kind of subjectional up to the person who is getting that reading done. Then my leap of faith card. Everyone kind of understands what a leap of faith is. We all know that when we're standing upon that one little choice that we have to make, we look down instinctually. We look at what we are kind of jumping into. So we have an idea of what we are kind of jumping into. But once we take that actual leap and we jump up in the air and there's no other way other than down, and we're on our way down and we're wondering how we are going to land, and then you count to five and already you're already on the ground because it looked like it was so far away, but it was actually just that amount of far away. Oh, we're here. It was an illusion kept trying to keep people out that you had to get past in order to be able to move forward. All you had to move was like 3 steps in and the illusion went away for you. you know and it was all about you trusting your gut and instinct over what your fear is telling you to do. So that's what the home path was. That's what the leap of faith is all about: is trusting yourself enough to take that giant leap past that which is causing you the most fear in your life. And then my wandering path card was really born out of one thing. Sometimes I just wanted to go on a walk. I didn't want to have a time limit, a direction, or anything really to do on purpose within my path. I just wanted to go out into this beautiful park and enjoy it for once. I wanted to go with the flow a little bit for once and not worry about whether or not I was out there too long or not short enough or whatever. Did I keep the correct provisions? Do I know where everything is so in case something happens, that if I have to go somewhere to seek for help, I know how to seek for help, all that stuff, and keeping myself safe. So it was all about me just not having a direction for a change. And that's what the wandering path was born out of and was all about. And then the paths work within these elementals of the year. You'll see cards like this, which is, give me a second to get this big screen back here now. But you'll see it in this card deck. I go with the seasons of the year. So this is my fall card. And opportunistically enough, it's my death card as well. Now, a lot of people think this card means there's some kind of death coming for them in their life. There is. That old self you are ready to let go of needs to finally die in order for you to start moving forward. You have to hold a funeral for that which you just lost in order for you to move forward. You have to go through those stages of grief before you can move forward. Until you are at that place of acceptance where you know this person will never come back, but you will always carry their love with you, then and only then will you be ready to move on to make this brilliant, new, beautiful you choose to be now. That's kind of what that card, that's what that card actually means, and that's the fall card. So it's all about that changing of the seasons. So some things we need to do sometimes, we need to let go of those things in order to work past. Then we have like the major arcana card. Okay, this is like a major arcana card, guys. And this card is basically telling you here that we're all open and over that all these things that are going forward, that you have to go to a place of power, right? So this is a major arcana card, which basically is a power card that basically says to use, hey, go to a place. This is called the Witch's Tower for a reason, because I'm a witch, and this is the place where I go when I want to announce to the universe what I want to do. Even if I can't physically go there because I don't have a car or a vehicle to get there, I still envision this place, even in my sacred spot, and I go there astral projectionally wise, or I go there within my mind or my memories. But I do this to announce what I am ready for next in my life. So if you ever get this card, it's all about you stamping your personal place of power and saying, I am ready, universe, please. I am ready to receive that which will help me get there. Be careful what you wish for. Those are their basic question. Then we have my summer card, which is the Ignite card here. And that's all about the summer seasons of life, taking back that fiery spirit within yourself, igniting that future in which you want to have happen to you. Remember, the only way you can ignite the flame is to go against the grain and friction, to spark that little flame within yourself, to say no more, that I'm going to burn everything in my path in order to become that bright, beautiful flame that is going to start the fire of me once again. And that would be something that you would get there in one of my decks of cards, my summer card. Then we have, let me see here now. No, oh yeah. Wait, I don't think I've done that yet. Then we have my spring card, right? Which is my sapling card. And this is all about the new growth that you will have happening in your life. So if you ever get the sapling card, it's always about one thing. There's a part of you that has finally come out of the dirt. You finally are more than just a seed. You are now a tree. You are a tree with a trunk, branches, and leaves. And you are finally getting out there into the world and expressing yourself for who you truly are, but also taking in from the world all that which you are ready to receive as well. The sunshine that you will take in, that positive light that will help you grow, beautiful person inside. You got to take those emotional reins for when you are seeing those moments of sadness, gladness, or whatever. The more you release those tears out, the better you grow. That is all about those cycles of life that you need to start to reconsider, because one day you will lose these leaves and you will have to go beyond those leaves and move on to the next leaves and the next choices that you have yet to make. So that's usually what that card is all about. Then we have only one kind of color left to go, so I'm just looking for that card, and we find it here. So this is my winter card. So my winter card is all about you overcoming fear most of the time, but depending on what kind of fear you are trapped in. Like the freeze card here, it means like you were just basically stuck in the muck. You're just kind of afraid of taking that one step forward, to moving forward from what you are doing in your life. And that means that you have to kind of take your feet out of the ground, stomp it a little bit, kind of like you're walking on that very thin ice here in Minnesota, where if you take one step on it, it breaks into your exact shoe shape because it's that fragile. It just breaks all around you like little powdered glass. Only it's ice crystals instead of glass shards. It's ice shards. So if you get a little stung with it, it's just ice. It's gonna melt anyway. It's just the coldness of that little bit of that hitting your skin and you being shocked by that, right? Rather than them rather than you being stuck in the muck here of unafraid to make a choice that's going to make you move forward, that's going to be the better step for you. And that's basically an example of my major and minor arcana in my deck there, guys. So I hope that guys gives you guys some really information right now. I am going to go check to see both of these things here. I am doing right now is I'm going to go I'm in my Discord channel, so I'm going to go check my Cash App right now. All right. And we are about to find out who the winner is on Cash App and who the winner is on PayPal. Okay, we have. Okay, we have. We have Rock. Rock with a bid of $25. We have Paige Building Eyes with $20. We have Hostel with $10. And it looks like that's everyone from Cash App as of right now. Now let's go check the PayPal portion of it. Because maybe some people like to do it through PayPal rather than do it through, that. All right, it looks like we had 0 entries on PayPal. So this is a completely Cash App situation, guys. So, all right, on my Cash App, we have the following 3 people who came in, and the highest bidder is the person who won my private giveaway for free. They've already donated the money for it. Copying that into the chat right now. Their name is Rokanda Buckley. Rokanda Buckley, you are the winner of a private one-on-one feeding with me via my Discord channel. Congratulations, you have won. Hopefully you stayed in chat to get that prize. Remember, I said I was going to give something really cool away at the end of the stream. I decided just to go with who's had already donated. Whoever donated up to this point. So I took everybody who had already donated and I turned it into I'm going to give somebody some extra love away. I told you all to stay in the chat. All right. You know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to call Buckley here 3 times. And if they don't respond to me, so Buckley, you have 3 opportunities to claim your prize. If you come in at the last possible second, you still win. But we're going to do number 1. So everyone keep track with me. All right, Buckley, going once. Buckley going twice. Hey, Buckley going 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Buckley, you are out of the drawing. You must have remained in chat. All right, Paige, you are next in the chat. Paige, are you still with me, Paige? Oh, Hostel, it's looking good for you today, Hostel. If you're still here, you are going to be the winner if you're still here. Page going once. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. Page going twice. Page going twice. Guess not. Here we go one more time. You know where your people are. Don't forget to tell them it's their time to really have a personal reading from the guy who just gave you an awesome reading. It's completely one-on-one. Just you and me. Can't you see? Bum, 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 bum. Page going 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. Page. See how fun this can be? Boom, 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 boom. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You are out of the drawing. Hostel! Hostile, are you still here in the chat? Those were my highest bidders today, guys. I am trying to call them out to let them know that they have won their prize. I really want them to be in chat when I'm giving away this beautiful prize of this private reading on my Discord channel. So, hey, there we go. Hostile, welcome on in. You are the winner of the drawing, my friend. You get a private one-on-one reading with me during my Discord channel. You and you, whenever you would like to have one, a private reading, just you and me. We'll sit down. We'll have just a you and me reading. Nobody else but you there watching. That means it'll be between you and me and not a whole audience. So whenever you want to call that in, you just let me know. And since you're on YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to drop my link in here right now. And if anybody else other than Hostile enters this, I will kick you out. I will know if it's her or not by giving her something in a whisper to be able to clarify it's her in some way. I have to find a way to personal message you. But this one goes out to Hostile. Just copy that link right there. That's how you get to my stuff. Okay. Hostile, it's your prize. If you want to pass it to somebody, I need to know who that person you are passing it to is. And then they have to say they're accepting it. Okay? So call that person out. Tell them if they want the prize that they have to claim it right now and say, I want the prize. And it's going to be this is the only person I want to be accepting is the one Hostile says, hey, I should pass it to you. And you said Steph, at Steph. Is Steph is still here in the chat? Do you understand on which the conditions I am about to put upon you? Oh, I have a cigarette. Steph, in the chat on YouTube, if you are still watching this channel, you have just won a private one-on-one reading via Hostile, giving you this gift with me, the Unknown Prophet, towards my Discord channel. It's a one-on-one private reading just for you. Anytime you need one, I will just have a private reading between you and me, nobody else but you and me, and we will get some real work done if you would like that. All I'm asking you to do is just confirm that you do want this prize. So I'm giving you the count to 3 times, and Hostile will be in charge of taking this gift, and otherwise I will offer it up to the first person who says I want it after this one, and I will be doing it in a special way. Steph, and if you wanted me to put your name in there, Sanchez, well, if they don't answer you, you're next on the list then, buddy. But Steph is the one that was nominated, so I'm giving her to the count of 2 now. So this is your second call, Steph, to claim this prize. If you'd remained in the chat, you would have won this prize. Now I'm just starting to think about, doing one other thing like this. Okay, Stephanie, calling you your last and final time to claim this gift, Stephanie, on YouTube. All right, Stephanie. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You're out. First one to say, I want it, gets it. Go. I'm not asking if she wants it anymore. I'm asking if anyone wants it. So are you claiming it on her behalf? And you're accepting that responsibility? Okay, Steph, this was your last and final call. And I see you just popped in. So, Steph, you are on the list here. You have won a one on one private reading between you and me via my Discord channel chat. So that means I'm going to put that little comment in the YouTube channel here for you, and just follow this link. And then if you have the Discord channel, just join my Discord chat. This will lead you right into that private room. What'll be a one on one private reading, whenever you would like to call that in. So you can thank Hostel. They gifted it to you. So it is your prize now. So that is up to you guys there. That is the only for that person there. Steph, that is your link for you and you only. So anybody else who clicks that link and comes in there trying to bug her during her reading, only I will accept her, because I'm about to want to ask her to personal message me a keyword. And if she doesn't say that keyword upon coming back in, that what should I tell her? Then I know it won't be her. Or we can all just play nicey, and she can just come in and get her reading and say, this is Steph from YouTube, you know. So you're very welcome there. So tell me when you would like to call that in. I am usually available for those kind of readings after 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that would be from now until whenever I feel up to doing them today. So depending on whether or not my wife will give me some more green or not, at this point, will I do more readings? Maybe, but I was also promising a 420 gaming stream coming up soon as well. That means I'm going to be playing Elder Scrolls Online for donations for the funniest, the most laughing at any kind of comment you want to make. It's going to be a free for all joke, non joke session, whatever way. Don't take it personal. NC-17, no clothes bars. Just let's go. Let's get as high as we can and let Joshua play these wonderful characters on screen. That was my next plan, guys. So I promised I would have two different streams today. And I truly want to say thank you for everyone who donated, because you've just made me the happiest man in the world. I'm almost there. I'm at $84 as of right now on my Cash App. And that's the only thing that has been donated so far. So I'm literally about $20 away now from my goal. So thank you guys. I'm only $20 away from my goal. I think we can accomplish that through the game stream. Is that now my goal will be maybe $50 to give myself a little bit of a cushion, just in case something else should come up, you know. And today we are getting our shipment in the mail from our YouTube Yahoo account. We are awaiting our package today, and we are so excited and waiting to see if and when that is delivered. So stay tuned tomorrow, because you know, there we go. Come on, back into where you. We will be getting that, you know, and we'll be having that overhead view of your cards as they're being shuffled too, which has been a goal of mine for quite a long time. It's taken me a while to get this camera ordered, because either my bank account was being mean to me, or I thought I had more in my account than I was supposed to have, blah 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 blah. So now I can't spend another dime until I can make up the rest of that. I think we can do that through the Cash App. Thank you guys for everyone who donated, though. I truly appreciate it. You know, I truly, truly, truly do appreciate it. You know, just want to say thank you. Thank you to Hostel. Thank you to Paige. Thank you to Rocky Bunkle. Thank you for coming in and donating to me today. That made my day even that much brighter. Thank you very much on behalf of me, guys. So, um, well, thank you very much, humility. I just want to put that up on screen. This is someone's honest opinion here. So I'm just going to put that up on the screen for you all to read there. So I am about ready to go take a nice little happy break. Now I'm only 20, like I said, I'm only $40 away basically. So I'm going to be coming back a little bit later and doing a gaming stream. So that will probably be later today, more likely afternoon sometime. Probably like think about around the 1 or 2 mark, depending on whether or not my wife will let me go have some right now or not. So then I will ask for my one more extra, and then I'm going to get the game all loaded up, start to smoke a cigarette, then start to in with the Toki, and then I'm going to start to smoke as high as possible. And you're all just going to come in there and make fun of me and throw your little fun comments at me. If you want to try to come with the free for all, it's just going to be a donation at will kind of thing. You're going to donate for the funniest clips because you think I'm funny, because you just don't want to just want to make my day, basically. And that the same links will be out there as well. And that will be through the same channels, guys. I will be on the Parapost Network, and I will be on the Facebook page and on Twitch. So I will be coming back. So, hey, so it's Steph. Steph, I want to also drop my email in the chat for you. Just write me an email. If I touched you in a really special way and you want to give me a personal message from just you that's not going out to anybody but just me, it's fine to use this email, guys. Go ahead and write me your comment. That won't go out to the world. You just want to share privately with me something that kind of touched you in whatever way, that'll never go anywhere but you and me. In fact, the moment I'm done reading it, I will be deleting it so that it can't ever be read again. So unless you're a computer hacker who has those mad skills, I won't be keeping it. Let's just say that. Okay. And I just want to say congratulations there to Steph there. Please write me a letter at that email. Let me know you're from YouTube and you won the private reading package, just so we can kind of touch base on what day you might like to have that, okay? Unless you're saying, let's go right now, you and me, give me time to go, to use the restroom one more time here. And then when I come back, I will be doing that little reading with you, but that'll be online on Discord. That won't be on So make sure you emailing me as quickly as possible, okay, Steph? And just tell me what day works best for you and when you want to be able to do this private reading for you, okay? Because I want to make sure that I'm available. I'm only available from 10 p.m. on, though. Okay, so I'm going to come here and do my regular, everyday, normal tarot readings. Unless you don't mind, if you want to call it in live on air, you can call it live on air if you want to. But I'm saying if you want that private one-on-one reading just for you, then we can go into my Discord channel, and it will just be a you and me in that chat room, and we will have a nice, good reading for just you. So just let me know at that email, and I appreciate that. So if you come back here today, guys, I really do appreciate everyone being here today, because without you, I wouldn't have a channel. I wouldn't be even close to my goal right now. You are all so awesome. Thank you so very much for helping me out. You're making me cry the happiest tears in the world right now. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I'm literally, like I said, $40 away from my goal. So when I come back, I will have a $40 goal on my screen saying, oh, pardon me, not that. So if we go above and beyond $40, it will be a pizza day for me and my wife. So we will have a reason to celebrate. We will have enough for pizza as well. And that would be an additional maybe $40. So a total of $80 as a goal, to not only have enough to be able to pay off rent, so that is in the keepers, but we have at least an extra $80 to $100 so that we can be able to not only pay rent but have some pizza that night too. Some good pizza, like from Domino's or something like that. That just thing you just don't want to have to make. So that might be our goal coming up next year, to help us pay the rest of rent and pizza. So, always wondering there. So, or if you've clicked that link and you clicked on that link and you've joined that chat, please let me know that you joined that chat. and just that link should bring you right to it. It should say, bring up a screen that says, if you join the My Discord channel, here's your private invite. Do you want to go into this chat? And if you hop in there real quick, but let me know you're going there first before you do that. So. All right, Defense. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much for everyone being here today and being a part of my channel. I will be back here a little bit later today. Like I said, it is now 11:05 Central Standard Time, so I would give me to at least about 1 to 2 Central Standard Time. That's when I will be back in the PM. So probably doing that 420 gaming stream for everybody. So hop on back into there, guys, and check me out around that time. Even if you just want to come back and chit chat. If you don't donate another dime, that's just fine. But at least come back in and say, hey, how goes the game? Oh, watch out for that tree. Clunk. Something like that. All right, guys. I'm gonna run my credits, so I will see you in a little bit. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you for being here.